Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are back. It has been a bit. We all had shit going on, but we are back for 13 card subject change.
Well, it's only a week.
We got a ton to talk about. Yeah, but a lot happened in 2 weeks.
Well, yes, I know.
In our personal lives and in professional wrestling, all of us had family/personal health crisis to deal with. Just so many other things. But we're back.
Oh, yeah.
We got a ton to talk about. We can't wait to talk about it. We are going to get Eric back on the show.
Yes.
He said he was not available this week, but he probably is going to be available for next week.
Also, props up to JDX. We are going to be moving that interview. Jesse, you'll be handling that on our official
Yes, sir.
YouTube
And
page.
everyone, go subscribe to the YouTube because, especially after this week, in the upcoming 3 to 4 weeks, these shows now will become daily.
Yes.
Not only guests like you guys yourselves, as long as you reach out to us.
Yes.
But wrestlers themselves. I'm going to be doing the interviews there.
Yep.
So, and actually, I've talked with all the wrestlers and acts that I might have on there. We're going to do it live. So go to the YouTube. I actually kind of set up the rules thing, so that way if you want a question to ask, you kind of know how to ask it, and we'll try to get it to them.
Yep. Basically, the way that we all came to that conclusion was, it's just it's a little easier for us to not have to try to have them phone in. It's a little easier to just kind of keep the ebb and flow of this show going. But we're still able to do those things just on a different platform and in a different way, so we're able to continue doing the show here.
And plus, unlike you two, I have a little bit more free time on my hands.
Well, if we actually start making money with this at a lot, then I can quit my job.
Yeah, exactly.
And I may have a lot of free time.
That's
anyway,
the plan.
Or if I win the Powerball.
There
you go. We have so much to get to. WrestleMania season has officially kicked off.
Officially.
We're just going to get to this. Jesse, enjoy the TNT programming this spring. We're just gonna start with it. Leroy, Royal Rumble. You got the results for us? Because,
of course. We do Rumble. We'll do the results of that, and then we'll do the results of your bet.
Yes.
After that.
But needless to say, guys, I have now officially been able to see it. I was not able to watch it at the time.
You know what I just realized? That means now I actually have to go watch the first season.
Yeah, you do. You do. You have to get caught up. You have to get caught up. But we'll get to that in a second.
I'll pray
but
for
anyway,
him,
no, folks.
Yes, please
folks,
do.
this show, kind of a downer with the men's Rumble, but overall show might be one of the best Rumbles I've seen in a while in terms of overall show.
Yeah, no, overall.
Because a lot of times, especially in the last couple of years, the matches have been forgotten about because they've been so entrenched in the Rumble. And the only thing that I'll say about the men's Rumble before we even get to any results is it's clear that they missed Pat Patterson's ability to prove that everyone deserves a moment when you get to the ring.
And there was a lot of just missing things.
Yeah,
in this. It felt very mid-card. I do understand.
By the way, also at the top of this, congratulations to the Trailblazer herself, and she don't look anything of 42 years old, but Mickie James. She said what she was gonna. She called her shot, Jesse. From your backyard, Brooklyn, she called her shot like Babe Ruth did, and she hit that thing out of the park, and she hit the seat that she pointed to. I mean, ladies and gentlemen,
got some revenge for the Mickie James thing too.
She did, and let me tell you something. I don't think there's a more deserving woman, and I mean that, to break that barrier down.
Right. By the way,
props.
They really loved how that went.
Oh yeah, no.
We could actually see more integration between the two companies in the future.
Nobody out of the Impact camp seems to have felt that she was embarrassed. The
word is both companies really liked how that went.
She has spoken nothing but positivity from doing it.
Right.
She hasn't gone into any rant of how it was messed up or this or that.
Right. Hell, they even allowed, for those who don't know, which it kind of went viral. They allowed Liv Morgan after her elimination from the Rumble to go speak on, what Mickie James and all that meant. And she brought up, now that we opened the forbidden door, I would love to face a Britt Baker. I would love to face Jordan Grace.
And the crazy part about it is it did more for Impact than AEW did in a year.
And that was one show.
Oh, God.
And they did more.
The only thing is Pat Patterson probably would have looked at someone and said, Michelle, let Mickie get in the ring.
Yeah.
All the girls kind of push yourselves off to the side.
Right.
Bring the belt in the ring.
Right.
Hold it up and then have Michelle kind of just throw a punch.
She was trying to, but then Michelle kind of did the kick.
Right, yeah. So,
there we go, yeah.
But that's the thing about Pat Patterson.
The Undertaker's wife, man. She's gonna get her shine.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, she has to,
But that's the thing that you miss about Pat was that the genius of Pat Patterson was his ability to prove everyone that gets the buzzer they need a moment. They have to walk in the ring. They have to kind of get, even if they're not going to win, even if it's a random jobber guy, give them a moment in the Rumble,
right,
of like 10 seconds to pull a move off something.
Right.
And they definitely missed that with Pat passing away.
For sure.
Yeah.
For
But
sure.
anyway.
No,
Leroy.
I do agree. I love the show. Eben and Clara just about made the whole thing, but Eben stayed up. That was a long night. But Eben was a trooper. He stayed up and watched, and he loved it too.
5 matches and it still went 4.5 hours. That was actually impressive.
I always explain to people. I always explain to people. The Rumble is the one show. Don't expect it to end on a sort of 2-3 hour window.
No,
always
the
expect
Rumbles
that to
themselves are usually about an hour nowadays.
All right,
yeah.
I will do the regular matches, and I will give the Rumble matches their own at the end. There. All right. Starting out, we did have Seth Rollins against Roman Reigns, and the Tribal Chief won by disqualification.
Seth
by
won by
holding
disqualification.
Seth won by disqualification.
Roman retained.
Roman disqualified himself there
from
with
the moment that you heard Sierra,
Hotel,
Echo,
Lima,
Delta,
Shield.
From the moment that happened, this match took the show over. I'm sorry it did. It just
trust me, I heard that and I'm like, shit, what? Oh my God, he just did that.
Seth Rollins pulled, and by the way, Seth apparently can still wrestle in the weighted vest, because that's not the most easy thing in the world. But it's just this match, Jesse. Don't even deny it. You felt sympathy for Roman.
Actually,
Seth made you believe it.
I will say this: I didn't feel sympathy for Roman.
Yeah,
but I continued to go. Seth's in his fucking head, man.
Yeah.
Seth is in his skull for free right now.
And he did make it over the barrier without tripping or falling too, which I was very impressed with him. Yes, see, he did that once, but
but Jesse,
debuts are hard sometimes.
Yeah. But Jesse, the craziest part about it is if you go back to the promo where Roman almost lost it, bro, we all felt Roman's moment on SmackDown.
Like it was like a real he was able to kind of push out oh God, I hate you so much.
But he wasn't the tribal chief in that moment. He was the brother that was stabbed in the back.
He just was Roman Reigns again, and Seth got to him so badly that he was just like, I hate you, and I can't. He's like, I've tried to forgive you, but I can't do it.
And the callback after Roman got disqualified, Seth perfectly landing on that rope, making everything legit. I mean, folks, first of all, Seth Rollins, like I said, Seth Rollins is that person that everyone wants to sign, because he can be your main eventer and he can also work with just about anybody else in the roster.
Right.
And it'll always be just an absolute emotional roller coaster with what he does. I mean, Jesse, when he was the undisputed champion, we hated his ass. We did.
We did.
The man threatened to break Edge's neck, and the whole crowd wanted to jump over the barricade, even though they knew they would never touch Adam at that moment.
Right.
Also, Seth has conviction in his voice.
Oh, yeah.
Seth makes everything sense. And the crazy part about it is, when the Messiah thing first happened, everyone just thought it was the stupidest thing on the planet, and we have just gone along with this, and we've loved it. I mean,
well, especially when he started wearing the gaudy suits and
we all, the funny part about it is someone made the comment after Becky's outfit on SmackDown when Ronda was there, was that WWE making them do this? No one's making them do this.
No. They chose to do this. They want to do this.
Because here's the deal. Because I hate to say it, Bruce Pritchard can't have that good of an idea.
No, not a chance in hell.
He can't.
There's no chance.
So no
chance.
This is all Seth.
Yeah.
This is all Becky.
Yeah.
It might be Rue as well. She might be the one picking out the outfits.
She might be.
But no, Jesse, this match, I had to watch it twice in a row. The first watch through of the Royal Rumble, I'm like, I gotta watch it again.
I can't believe they got me with the stomp. When he
did
the stomp. And I was like, no way.
You actually thought
I was like, no way is this match over that quickly.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, did Brock's gonna win later? And then I'm really screwed.
Can I also point out a moment where you don't bury a finisher because it was so early.
Right.
When you do a finisher after 15 minutes, it should be the finish.
Right.
your clock's ticking at that point.
Right.
This was okay. They still got time to go before they have to go home, and I want to see more.
And by the way, maybe Paul Heyman was involved in this booking.
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
we did see the credits and stuff.
Yeah.
This was so fast paced. There were no rest
Wasn't
holds.
Petey involved in that match?
Petey was involved as a producer in this match as well.
Jesse, I hate to say it because later on I have some questions for you, but Jesse, my God, Scott didn't give Petey a chance at this. From the moment Petey's walked in, apparently everything he's produced. Because remember his first Raw. You said he produced the first hour.
Yeah.
That was the best hour of Raw that night. Oh, by the way, Raw this past week, 1.8 million. We're just gonna throw that out there for Spot Monkey. But anyway, we'll get to that later. Raw got 1 point. Not SmackDown.
Yeah.
Not
Raw.
the A show.
Yeah.
Not the show that, according to Pat McAfee, sucks. Allison, by the way, did not catch that on Friday because Pat said it under his breath so well. But anyway.
Raw was a good show last week.
It was
I enjoyed
phenomenal.
it. Oh.
We'll get to it in a second. But just back to the show, Jesse, it tugged at every inch of you that's a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't anything about it that you could hate on.
No, it was really good.
Because you sat there and you were like, okay, I actually get the weight of the world on Roman's shoulder when the music hit.
Yeah.
I get it.
People forget he carried that theme for so many years after that.
He did.
Yeah.
So like
hey, by the way, for the first time, it's not a joke to say long-term booking. It's actually not a joke to say it this time.
No, not a joke,
like
definitely.
I said, with Seth and Roman,
damn good.
There's so much history there.
Yeah.
You don't need to create new history
No.
because there's already so much there.
And that was
you
the
can play
beautiful
with.
thing about Seth pretty much carrying the weight of the promos, even though Roman's gotten a lot better.
Oh, yeah.
What was so interesting was after Seth brought up the Shield thing on SmackDown, it almost seemed like Roman regressed back to that guy who like stuttered through the promos. It's almost like he couldn't get out what he was supposed to say. It's like this captivated me in a way that not even Roman's shit up until now has captivated me. And Seth and him could be Michaels and Triple H years down the line.
Yeah.
And there's an element to them that not even Gargano and Ciampa had.
No,
I
that was
totally agree.
That was just a splitting of a tag team. You can kind of tell the story of a brother betraying a brother.
Yeah.
But with Seth and Roman, it's these guys are future Hall of Famers because of each other. Yet there's this one thing that Roman just cannot get over.
Yeah. Yeah.
He cannot forgive
And
the breaking
remember,
up of the Shield.
until the moment that Seth brought up the stabbing in the back, Roman was cool, cocky, and confident until that moment, which was weird because, okay, the history was obvious.
Yeah.
The history was not exactly something, like you said, we had to rehash.
Right.
But when Seth did it, and that's when Roman broke down, oh, God, the timing was just...
There we go. Yes,
mean,
it was.
Great opening match. Really
Oh,
great.
my God.
All right.
Could have closed the show and nobody would have cared if it was spot for spot.
But you on the Rumble night.
It's the Rumble night.
You're
Yeah,
not
yeah.
closing that.
Oh, no.
I know. Next up was the ladies' rumble, but I'm going to do that last with the
Which
men's.
is fair. Yeah.
We got
Mostly because Jesse has to. We'll get to that later.
Well, we'll talk about
Yeah.
the bet. We'll get that. Don't worry. We had Becky Lynch against Doudrop, and Becky retaining against Doudrop and getting her title still. Good match.
Proof again that Becky can work with anybody.
I felt so bad for them though. So this is the match where the damn WrestleMania sign melted was melting on people.
Yeah.
And so people were
No, that
so
was after the
attentive
fact,
to that
yeah.
that they weren't enjoying
But
what
this
was a really good match.
But this match proves two things. Number one, like we've said on this show all the time, Piper can still wrestle. There's no denying that she can wrestle.
Nothing to talk about there.
And number two, I don't care what you want to say. Since she's been back, I don't care what you feel about her. Becky is an attraction that Vince will never let walk out.
Oh, no.
Because,
Jesse,
it doesn't matter how cringy she can get at times. It doesn't matter how she's teased going more skin, but she doesn't. She does like half of her gimmicks since she's been back has been like, okay, why are we doing this? As opposed to, okay, we get it. But it's just she captivates the audience.
And they won't boo her.
Oh, no.
No.
However, when she gets booed, it's it's good heel stuff.
Well, yeah, she says it straight out. Yeah, great match. I loved it. I was a little disappointed Doudrop didn't win. I know.
And I understand that Piper will probably get more.
She'll be back.
Piper will get more opportunities off of this.
Oh, yeah.
Because Piper did something that we'll talk about a little later on the show that so few wrestlers do today. She just went out and did the job.
Yep.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Go out, get paid, but we'll get to that in a little bit.
Right.
All right. Leroy.
All right. Then we had Bobby Lashley and Brock, where Bobby beat...
Jesse, what was this match?
Yes, Jesse.
No. The match was big.
Oh, no. I got it.
He's preparing himself. All right.
Big, meaty man slapping the meat for about 5 to 6 minutes of slapping and German suplexes and big, meaty flexing and belts and spears. And this was good shit.
It was about 10 minutes.
Oh, what's 10 minutes? Okay.
About 10 minutes.
It felt much shorter than
It was
that.
beautiful.
It
was absolutely beautiful.
It was a great match, and unfortunately, we knew it might happen. Where the tribal chief came out and did a little assistance to get Bobby the win.
The swerve was actually well done. Jesse, quick question.
I didn't see it coming that way.
No, that's my question. Do you think the majority of the audience, because they knew that they weren't done with Paul and Roman, but do you think the majority of the audience saw it coming?
No, not that way.
And by the way, Paul's promo last Friday even made Allison sit up and put her phone down and be like, Paul, this sounds incredibly gay, but okay, let's go with it because
it's very love affair, isn't it?
Oh my God.
Something like that, yes.
But yeah, it's
Paul Heyman has no shame. Paul Heyman, well, we knew that in ECW, don't get me wrong, but like Paul Heyman has no shame of what he will do on television.
If you listen to his life story, which you've seen, yeah, he has no shame. Ever since he was a kid.
As long as it makes money.
Yep,
that's true.
Which, by the way, I think Paul has understood as good as any former promoter that's worked with Vince, and that's why he's still there. By the way, first of all, former promoters. Dude, Eric Bischoff don't care who pay him right now. He will go to any show at any time. He does not give a shit. And Eric, more power to you, sir.
Right.
You're living in the butt ass of Wyoming. You got a ranch in the middle of nowhere, and you still got the check clearing.
I will say this though, Bobby could have beat him on his own.
No, I don't deny that. But
like I said, that doesn't hurt the ending.
No.
But I was just like, to be fair, and him and Brock had a nice little thing the next night on Raw. But I'm like, Brock, to be honest, he kind of could have got you on his own.
Do you think? Do you think that now that Bobby got it, the only thing he came back for, because that has to be, explained that this is why Bobby came back.
He wanted a match with Brock.
And by the way, the crazy part about it is Bobby came back, and there was no inkling of Brock at that time.
Right.
Brock was sort of in that in-between period where he was once again negotiating money.
Between WWE and UFC.
Yeah. Do you think that Bobby is satisfied with that? Do you think he wants another one-on-one?
I think he'll get his another one-on-one.
Okay.
There's no doubt he'll get one more.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see at least 2 more with him and Brock.
We'll definitely see at least one more match.
Yeah, definitely.
But I mean, at the same time,
probably the next Saudi show.
Can I also point something out, though?
August.
Yeah, can I point something out, though? When you have an issue where Roman can't work a pay-per-view, and you have to basically rewrite it on the fly, and this is what you rewrite. Oh boy, it's
yeah, magic.
They got you, Jesse.
Well, they got me in more ways than one.
Yeah.
But
you got yourself. You played yourself. Sir.
But I really did. But I will say this. I know I was really hoping that she didn't walk into my elbow.
Right. She would have survived. Here, try one of those.
But I will say this about this whole match. Is that now, going into the next pay-per-view, it leaves doubt that Bobby can actually hang on to this championship.
Right.
Because now his feud with Bobby kind of continues, while Brock is also feuding with Roman.
Yeah.
And you get the Seth Rollins effect in there. This is a guy they want to put the championship back on soon.
Oh, yeah.
Now you add by the way, Riddle being a part of the Elimination Chamber match. Reports came out, technically,
he was supposed to win the Rumble.
He was supposed to win the Rumble.
According to reports.
They had him. They had Randy doing a more significant. It changed on the fly, which
I only say
it happens.
The only thing that bothers me is first of all, if it okay, so let's
because that is an interesting story to tell.
Let's pretend
of Riddle winning the Rumble.
Let's pretend RKO never existed.
Okay, bro.
Riddle winning in general would have been good because once again Riddle has not had a bad moment. No. The scooter race actually captivated me.
It was funny as hell.
It was funny as shit.
Funny.
I love that one. Oh my god,
it was so good. But anyway, no. Here's the thing. That alone would have been intriguing.
Right.
But to add the element that Randy is there, and we all know Randy's quote-unquote on-screen mental history,
right.
What could have been said, what could have happened, what could have been done, it would have been just brilliant. But anyway, back to your point.
So, the interesting story you could have told if you would have had Riddle win, but yeah, it's insane in one match, the intrigue they have now caused. I'm not going to lie, an Elimination Chamber, I had no interest in. But the way they're now starting to build this card, you're like, okay, this could be pretty good.
Yeah.
Now, the problem for us here in the U.S.
That bitch is on a Saturday morning, isn't it?
About to say, it's on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
It's like noon.
It starts at noon.
Yeah.
I'm working, but I got to go get the kids, and then I'm going to come home, and we're going to sit down and go, hey, Evan, what's left from wrestling?
I'm going to have to watch it after I work with my metal band, Winning Is and Everything. Feel free to find us on all streaming platforms. Got to do my little Mick Foley plug there. But yeah, it's one of those things where
like
I'm
we don't selflessly plug anything and everything on this show. We are the masters of if you literally just give us condiments, we will legitimately selflessly promote you. But anyway, no. Go ahead.
It's just I'm now so interested going into Mania and the main event that the main event scene,
which by the way, shout out to Misfits Market, our not official sponsor, but the new sponsor of Leroy's fridge. Anyway,
Misfits Market,
chocolate cocoa truffles.
Yes,
yummy.
Sponsor us,
hey,
you sons of bitches.
Hey, Leroy, before Misfits Market takes you off their delivery,
email them. Yes, I'll have to
email them. Damn it,
I'll have to talk to him.
But go ahead, Leroy.
Good stuff.
Go ahead, Jesse.
Leroy was kind of robbed on that last deal.
Unfortunately, it was some good stuff, but I'm gonna go for Misfits or whatever.
I think there's. This match
We've done so
was
many
perfect storytelling.
I'm actually
really
angry about it.
So much intrigue and
it feels like WrestleMania.
Yeah,
the main events at least.
Now what I need for them to do, is to rebuild the mid card a little bit better.
No, I agree. That was kind of the, and we'll get to that when Leroy gets to that result. But first, what was the next match, Leroy?
The next one is our mixed tag with Edge and Beth Phoenix against Miz and
I have
Maurice.
said this
with Edge and Beth.
I forgot
pull it off.
What match, Leroy? I don't think Jesse was on the show yet.
Leroy, I got to tell you before you finish your thought.
Yeah.
For a moment, and I was talking with your soon-to-be wife, as you know, because we were actually watching and then talking to each other.
Yeah.
I told her, I'm like, I swear, if Miz and Maurice win, I might watch the Rumble tomorrow. Because they teased me.
Yeah.
They kept teasing me.
Oh, yeah, they did.
And I'm like, I swear to God, if Miz wins this, then MJF is right, and Miz is the greatest heel ever because I'm about to turn off a pay-per-view just because of this match.
I don't know.
Did you see the little coloring paints Beth had on the side?
What a wonderful tribute to Luna.
Luna, absolute, just great.
Yes.
Again, I didn't even know this. Her son is Van from Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Oh, really?
Van, who was on the All-Star season, I think season 7.
Yeah.
Way back when. Yeah, no. That was actually.
Yep, that's her son. That's Luna's son.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Yeah.
But because he did half the interview on Dark Side of the Ring. But no, I don't remember the match that I said this to you, Leroy. But I think I've said this a couple matches. But this match had no business being this compelling.
It was really fun.
Oh, yeah.
It was fun. See, this is the type of match.
It angered me though.
That you just have to let yourself be. But Jesse, to be fair.
But that was a good book.
Yeah, exactly.
That was good. I was like, man, if Miz and Maurice win, I am turning off the pay-per-view.
Yep.
They did a good job booking this because it got you so passionate.
But you had 4, and I'll say it, you had 4 good workers in there.
Yeah.
Because here's the deal. Maurice did what Maurice was supposed to
do.
No offense to Maurice's wrestling ability, but Jesse, when she was winning the Divas title, she was a diva.
Yeah.
She wasn't a women's wrestler.
No.
She was a diva.
Yeah.
And also the miracle is after 2 kids, she's been able to go out there and put on very compelling segments, by the way.
Yes.
But
as me and your wife talked about, them big mama milkers were trying to leak out that outfit, weren't they?
A little bit.
Yeah.
That almost became a rated TVR.
Yeah, a little
pay-per-view.
bit. A little bit. But my point is, Jesse, this had no business being as compelling and enjoyable as it was.
Yeah, no, it didn't.
Which just proves that whether or not Miz is the greatest heel in wrestling, Miz knows what he's doing. He gets what's made him the money.
Right.
And also Edge just loves to do this.
I am so happy we got Edge back. It's like a constant reminder of like, this is why he's in the Hall of Fame. This is why we loved him so much.
We don't know when.
So heartbroken.
We don't know when it's going to happen, but all three of us promise to at least be around. When Edge does finally walk away, we're going to have to delve in, and it might take an hour-long part of the show. We're going to have to compare Michaels 2.0 to Edge 2.0 because that's going to be a very compelling argument. But we'll have to wait till Edge is done. But trust me, folks, we'll still be here by the time Edge finally decides to hang it up because
I might cry a little.
Yeah, right.
But no,
I was gonna say I don't know if I could cry again like I did when he had to like abruptly retire.
Yeah,
because
don't worry, it's easy to cry.
We also knew nothing about that. Don't forget.
I was watching that Raw, and my cousin Mike will tell you, I literally kind of my face went into shock because I'm like, no, not this guy.
Yeah.
At the time, just because I didn't like Randy,
right.
But I'm like, take Randy. Don't take Edge from me. Take Randy. Don't take Edge. Broke my heart when you retired.
But anyway, no. I mean, like, again, there was no reason this should have been this good. Absolutely no reason.
Maurice does a great job.
She does a fantastic job.
Is she ever going to be the most well-rounded wrestler? Absolutely not. No. But she knows what she should be doing in there.
But I've always said about Miz and Maurice, whether they know it or whether they ever cared, because Miz was a reality TV show star, and Maurice was obviously trying to find work in the U.S. Coming out of Quebec.
Right.
Remember, didn't speak a lick of English. And now she speaks very, very good. I mean, the accent comes out once in a while, but I think she plays it up more when she's on TV than she does actually at home. But no, Jesse, they found a niche in the wrestling business.
Right.
And they've just decided we're going to trade on that.
Right. And, I mean, listen, Miz is just, he actually really is awesome. Like I tell people, it's one of those things, he's had one of the, while his career is going, you won't appreciate him until he says, hey, guys, I'm hanging it up.
Yeah.
And then you're going to be like, damn, I do kind of miss him.
And it's also
I do kind of miss him annoying me.
And it's also impressive that Dancing with the Stars caused Miz to now look jacked because he had no choice. Because he was burning calories like there was no tomorrow.
Right.
But no, it was fun. It was energetic. Beth Phoenix, Beth Phoenix, in my opinion, is much like Seinfeld, Hugh Jackman, and Tom Brady. And here's why I say that. Not saying she's the GOAT of what she's done.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. She has walked away still being able to do this.
I was about to say, that was the thing. When she retired, none of us actually knew she was gone.
Right.
Until we stopped seeing her for the longest time.
And then people started asking questions.
Right. And then people were like, oh, yeah, she's had a couple of kids with Adam. And you're like, Adam? And you realize they're talking about Edge, and you're like, wait, they're married?
It was...
They were just... Like, it was just so abrupt with her, like... There was I think there was one last pay-per-view match where she didn't announce it because she was a heel.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
It was Edge Appreciation Night in Canada, actually. Vancouver, I believe, was where they just started talking and realizing they had so much in common. And Adam, you've done very well for yourself.
Right.
Definitely, yes.
That is a lovely woman. But anyway, so Leroy, are we now on the actual?
We are. The last thing to do is the two Royal Rumble matches. All right.
The women's match was
the women's match, and the women's match went longer. It went 59 minutes and 40 seconds. The men's went 51:10.
Yeah.
The women's match, the 30 coming out at let's see here, coming out at number 28.
Yes.
The return of Ronda Rousey.
Before we get into anything, I hate to say it, love or hate her, the reaction of the crowd proves this is why Vince will pay attention to people like this.
It blew up.
You can't deny that the crowd did not absolutely lose their match.
Would have just leaked 1 week earlier, I'd be fine.
Oh, jeez.
If her returning would have leaked 1 week earlier.
So you actually wanted it to be...
I would have won this bet.
True.
Because, remember, we didn't know she was coming back.
No.
Okay. All right. All right,
we'll get to that, Jesse.
The bets will be next.
You've got that look on your face.
Two biggest pops of the night.
Yep.
Mickie James coming out, and Ronda Rousey at the end, number 28, getting the win.
Wonderful credit to the fans in St. Louis. They knew the moment that Mickie was having.
Right.
And
they understood it.
And the result of her fireworks going off is where we had the malfunction with the WrestleMania sign.
Yes.
Really, I'm glad they took care of it.
And by the way,
everybody was safe and everything was
good.
good.
This? I love.
It's their own fault for going back to Dallas, okay? They should have came to Minnesota.
I know.
They decided to go back to Dallas.
Well, yes.
And it's a curse.
I know.
That's
okay?
True.
You don't go to loser cities.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm cutting a heel promo, guys. You
It's
don't go to loser cities
You're not heel
where
when you
your
hate on the
team can't get out the first round and your basketball team stinks.
Jesse, it's not a heel promo when you're in the room of two people where they stole our hockey team.
Dallas stinks.
You don't do that.
We fucking hate them. But you know what?
Should have came to Minnesota.
But you know what? But you know what? Our team right now is kicking the shit out of everybody.
Actually, because they could have had a green WrestleMania sign if they came back here.
Exactly.
Ooh.
But here's my point. But it's just credit to the fans in St. Louis. Mm-hmm. They knew what that moment meant. And by the way, folks, this is how you deal with things in life.
Yeah.
This is how you deal.
Bless you.
Jesse, you are, not to bring your personal life into it, but we kind of already do that.
We do. Yes, we do it sometimes.
Son of a bitch.
You're about to go back to something where there was a disconnect at a point in time, but there was no ill feelings. You haven't tried to make any ill feelings.
No.
There's you look back and realize wrong time, wrong place.
Right.
No reason for anyone to be bitter about anything.
I've always said never burn a bridge you may have to cross again.
And remember, Mickie wasn't trying to do what your boy Machine Gun was doing. There was no bridge to be burned with Mickie. There was just I almost think Mickie was kind of asking a question was, okay, do people know this is how this is done?
And because she's such a well-respected person in that locker room, even though they had just released her, they dealt with that shit right away.
Oh, yeah.
Because, to be fair to the other women who said this has happened all the time, it shouldn't be the fact that because she's so well respected that it finally got dealt with.
I agree.
But because she is, you guys got some justice out of it.
And like we said, folks, go to our YouTube, look up the Nick Aldis interview.
Right.
There is a section with Mickie where Nick, again, yes, it's her husband, but I think Nick was almost the guy watching Mickie when she was coming up back then and realizing that now that he's married to her and talked to her, she's not bitter about anything she ever had to do.
No.
She's one of those women where I think if you really dive deep, look, she gets the bikini contests were a part of it. She gets that they had to have 4-minute segments that led to 15-second match. She gets it.
Right.
And
she understands that the dues, and by the way, one of the few women who I think was able to have a career from the start to actually seeing the fruits of her labor.
Right.
Mickey's actually able to live out a wrestling career in an era where women's wrestling is taken seriously.
Her, Trish,
Lita.
It's actually, Medusa, of course, can't wrestle as much, but the first Women's Rumble to see Medusa there, to me, that, like I said, that made me tear up back then because I'm like, she would have never thought back in the 80s, in the early 90s, this was ever happening.
No.
So to see that these women have this kind of power now, I'm sure that just made her heart happy.
Jesse has said it on the show 1,000 times if he said it once. There is one decision maker in WWE, and ain't nothing getting greenlit without his approval.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Especially on a big four.
And fun, I picked Charlotte to win.
She was last two.
Okay. I believe I saw it right, the last 4, she has been one of the final 2.
In every women's Royal Rumble, she's been one of the last 2.
My pick was a damn good pick.
Yeah.
But, hey, I thought it was a great match.
And Ronda's a star.
Yes.
Of course.
And for anyone on the internet who, again, wants more wrestling than entertainment, you can sit there and be mad all you want, but if St. Louis was dead, no reaction, didn't care, much like when, Mercedes Martinez showed up on AEW, but Jesse highlighted that before I did. I want to point that out. No, if the crowd does that, I'm sorry, but the promoter, doesn't matter if it's Vince, Sheik, any, Bruiser's territory, they're all going with Ronda. I'm sorry, they are. And also, Ronda seems to have improved, not, being as... violent about it.
Before they released Athena, formerly known as Ember Moon.
Yep.
that's actually what her work was. She was working with Ronda to return.
Yeah.
Which you can see because Ronda seems to be very smooth.
Oh, yeah.
So, by the way, Athena will have a match.
Yes.
Very soon.
Yes.
So, but yeah.
And by the way, also another person who has said, I don't know about right now, but if they ever ask me back in the
very
future.
Very open-minded about it. It was basically like I just said, why would I burn a bridge I don't need to burn?
We're going to have to look into your boy Machine Gun. He might... He needs a therapy session on your couch, Jesse. Don't get angry at the man because you're going to have to play therapist this time, but he might need a little counseling.
It's one of those weird things.
Especially considering, Jesse, you said yourself, Machine Gun was in a tag team because he couldn't do what Machine Gun used to be able to do.
It was also the fact that, like...
And he was always in prominent situations.
I don't think any other company besides New Japan, because he tried to go to Noah, which, by the way, is a big no-no. Used to be a big no-no.
Right, yeah.
In Japan. Like, going to Noah or DDT was a huge no-no.
Do you think it's because Muda went? Do you think they finally just...
Well, it's not just Muda. It's the working relationship they've had with Ray and CMLL.
Right, yeah.
And because CMLL...
Yeah.
Dave, to give props to CMLL...
Yeah.
They've actually kind of mended a lot of those fences over there.
Longest running promotion in damn near the world now.
Right.
It's pretty close.
It's pretty close.
It's pretty close.
So it's Ronda winning didn't even upset me.
Yeah. We'll get to what upsets you in a second.
Because I would have taken that L happily. Because it's just like, you know what? This is going back to a story we didn't finish.
Right.
Because she decided to go have a child, no problem.
Yep.
I'm happy for her and Travis.
Yep.
But we're going to go back and try to finish a story that they've wanted to finish.
Oh, yeah.
Or two stories that they've wanted to finish.
When I saw that she won, I was like, oh, she has stories with both.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like, where are they going with this?
Right.
Yes.
Very interesting. It was figured out.
Right now, there's also some rumor maybe this becomes title for title fatal 4-way elimination style.
Okay.
Because, of course, they're insanely high on Bianca Belair.
Yes.
So we'll see what happens.
The star power in that match.
Well, I think Bianca and her had a short interaction.
She beat Becky in 12 seconds off the air.
Well, like I said, they're still high on her. I know some people Bianca must be depressed. I'm like, why? Well,
that's like people saying the whole Big E thing. I'm like, look, guys, whatever happened to the day? Okay, no,
Xavier's out. Like, what?
Well, not only that, but let me say
they're not going to push Kofi.
Well, but let me say this.
No,
as
they're
well.
not. Yeah.
Whatever happened to the days? Because here's the problem. Y'all want the Attitude Era back. People forget the Attitude Era was
sucked.
Well, no, that's not my point. It was held up by the fact that when Triple H wasn't in Rock and Stone Cold's face, he was the Intercontinental situation. Right. Rock and Stone Cold went back there. Like, people forget there was a time when the Star... John's the last one to do it, by the way.
Right.
When the Stars went back to the mid-card, helped the mid-card, that's part of their problem. It's not the booking of the guys. Right. It's that nowadays, Stars, and we'll talk about this in a little bit, Stars want to become a star, but then they want to stay at star level and don't realize that there's a point where you have to go back and you have to not give back, but you have to reinvent yourself slightly.
Also, the people being really pissed off about Finn, which like I told his wife, like I'm upset that he's not there, but I had also heard last week that he was going home.
Well, not to mention that even
Allison, he was on a vacation.
Well, and I love I've been posting the PWL, and I think it was Speedy was like, I got some land or some beachfront property in Oklahoma to sell. I'm like, no, this is actually legit. So Speedy, get me up on that beachfront property.
There we go. Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Yeah. Because guys.
And apparently they're going to actually have a match for Finn at Mania.
Right. And by the way, are we forgetting that this is the Prince? Are we forgetting that this is the guy who doesn't need the Royal Rumble? He doesn't need the shine.
I think
he was the leader of the biggest faction in the world at one point.
I think everyone is just clamoring for him to get just one proper run, which I understand. I get it.
No, 100%.
I get it. But like I told people, trust me, he keeps working. It'll happen within the next year. It'll happen.
Do you think that Fergal? I'm talking about Fergal, not Finn, not Prince Devitt. Fergal,
not the man that your woman would hump in front of you.
Yes. She likes Fergal. He's kind of nerd. The man who trained Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
Is he not maybe treating this right now like he did the dojo?
Yeah.
Is that basically kind of what he's probably looking at it as?
The smart way, which he's going about it the smart way.
Yeah.
All right. Right now, the old man has because of his fear of me always getting injured. Right now, while I get put in title matches, I don't get big title wins. Okay, that still means I'm kind of a main eventer outside of helping.
To be fair, Gato did that to him for a good couple of years.
Really did. People forgot about that.
Yeah.
And Gato usually when he makes you build young talent, you lose so much.
Yeah.
Fans are like, should we give a shit?
Yeah.
Because when Japan fans stop giving a shit, you literally get no reaction.
You have to go to Noah because New Japan fans don't care about you anymore.
They are like, we don't care.
Yeah.
There we go.
They'll play your music. You'll get a win. They'll just clap. They don't care.
Yeah.
Because they don't believe in you.
Yep.
So it's one of those things where him going, you know what, since I'm not going to be in the Rumble, hey, guys, can I go home for a couple weeks? Yeah.
Yeah.
Come back after, we're in Saudi.
Yeah.
We got something for you.
Yeah. He
There we
also,
go.
by the
Done
way,
deal.
folks, people forget. It's weird. A lot of the people that have been getting time off in the last year, they were mainstays during the Thunderdome era.
Mm-hmm.
Finn worked the whole Thunderdome era. Alexa worked 2 shows half the time during the Thunderdome era.
Hard working.
We saw.
They need time off.
I honestly think, even though again the impact test probably didn't,
I will say this. I'm not sure if you guys have seen that preview for the new game. That Thunderdome stuff looks really good.
it actually does not look terrible.
Yeah.
They try to capture like everybody's face during the Thunderdome era, and what they told people apparently. So you actually might be in the game.
You might actually.
Holy
see
shit!
So
really?
Look for an
2K22,
email
yeah.
very soon. Yeah.
Don't worry. You know what? I went down to my local GameStop store and I have pre-ordered
Oh, did you?
this game
There we go.
because me and Evan want to play.
You're going to get your Undertaker DLCs.
I don't care. I'm getting the game. It looks better than
And
it was
actually,
last
since
year.
you have
So
PS4, I actually am going to get it for PS4. So
Oh.
maybe you're going to have a little. This is another idea for the YouTube channel, so people be on the lookout for that. Me and you having like little booking wars and stuff on there.
see, I'm still waiting for.
We're not going to steal Xavier's idea, but I mean.
Oh, Xavier, I'll steal your shit if you don't make $1 billion off of it in the next 3 months.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I'm still waiting.
No, that's what I'm saying. What if we just had a GM mode, and I could be the commissioner, and then you guys could just GM your shows?
Black man to black man. If you do not make more money than me within the next 6 months of that game coming out, I will steal your idea. You could be on the show, but I will steal your shit in a heartbeat.
In
a heartbeat.
And I think Eben, I'd have to ask him, but he might want to be part of that too.
All right,
Because Eben loves it. Eben loves his gaming. He's getting pretty good at it.
I'm
Anyway,
down.
anyway, it's just guys.
It's okay if Finn wasn't there.
No.
Cesaro, a little bit inexcusable.
I agree.
There we go.
You
Yes.
let him go in there, have a few spots, let him get eliminated.
Right?
We're
Yeah.
done with it.
Yeah.
We're done with it.
By the way, Kofi for the first time ever botched an eliminate. For the first time ever, it didn't work out for Kofi.
And you could just feel the heartbreak in the crowd.
Well, I think the way he landed, I think that's what didn't help.
Because the cameras caught the feet hitting.
Yeah.
They had to tell him, like, dude, unfortunately, we got to kill this now.
Since we're talking about the men's Rumble, I want to give the winner.
Please.
It was a great match, 51 minutes, and coming out at number 30 to win
The Beast.
was Beast Brock Lesnar. I saw that. I was like, wow.
Jesse's head.
Jesse
I
called.
have never.
Jesse called this
I have
one.
very rarely ever been willing to fight a man I know I can't beat up. But on this day, I see clearly. Everything has come to light. I must fight Brock Lesnar. I will lose, but I must fight Brock Lesnar.
We will have a very good funeral for you.
Brock!
Oh, yes.
Okay, don't worry.
Baby boy, you couldn't have came out at like 15 and just dominated
Yeah,
again?
that's fair.
Just I now have to sit through the damn delusional Rhodes couple.
Yes, you do.
I'm gonna need prayer.
Okay.
I'm gonna need.
You're discussing that, and all right, Roger.
Leroy,
all right,
I need you. I'm gonna die.
All right. As Jesse was Jesse was alluding to, these gentlemen made a bet that the loser would have to road
at Wrestle Kingdom.
Right,
you might have had a better shot at
I
that.
would have had a great shot.
You would have had a great shot at that.
But the loser of this, they were going to pick whoever was closest to the number of men's and the women's Royal Rumble, and whoever lost, would be watching Roads to the Top Season 2.
Yep.
Well, let's see here. In the women's event, Jesse picked 14.
He did.
Zach picked 21. The winner came out at 828. So Zach got that one.
There we go.
And then in the men's,
I accepted happily, by the way.
Yes,
Jesse again picked number 20. Zach picked number 26, and Brock came out number 3. So with a unanimous all-over victory, Zach did win. And unfortunately, Jesse has to suffer through roads of the top 2.
I would like to make a quick thank you speech to Joe Burrow. Why? I don't care. It's Joe Burrow. He makes enough money. He
does.
Thank you, Jesse. You ready for your consolation
guys,
speech?
I went in with a decent game plan. Okay,
you did.
Listen, the team did not execute, and when you don't execute the game plan that's put in place, sometimes you're gonna come up on the losing end.
You would have rather lost the Super Bowl than what you're about to do.
And you weren't given quite all the information for you to help.
That is true.
That hurt a little bit.
I did not know Rhonda was going to be there.
Yeah, no, you did not.
Yep.
And they screwed me on the Brock thing. So, congratulations to both Rumble winners. Congratulations to Zach. He earned his win.
I did.
We're going to go back to the drawing board.
When does the road start? When does that start soon?
Check your local listings, Jesse.
Warning to my mother who does listen to the show because she loves to support us, and I love you, Mama.
Thank you, Mama.
Who's doing better.
Fantastic.
I love her mama support our show.
But Mama, I need you to take all the kitchen knives out side during roast to the top. Get rid of any ropes or any pencils or pins.
Anything that he could hurt himself with.
Yeah.
You know what? You should probably take my controllers because there's wires and I don't want to choke myself.
And the worst part about it is, Jesse,
I now have to go back and watch season 1.
You have to watch season 1.
I'll start praying for you now until the season ends.
Season 1, you get to watch some of your favorite indie guys look like absolute schmucks.
What you don't know, Leroy, is after me and you conferred.
Yeah.
And I didn't get the chance to call you guys back. So Zach had to work the night of the Rumble, so me and his lovely fiance actually watched the Rumble in our separate houses, but we're talking to each other, which was really fun.
Oh, yeah, it was fun to do that.
We were kind of video chatting and all that. And as she will tell you before I hung up with her, I said, I got to win the men's because I might cry. So what you don't know is me and you, Leroy, we started talking about this, and I'm like, I don't think Zach realizes he won yet.
And I'm like, yeah, I think he did.
And so we get done talking. My mom comes in, or my mom wasn't there. My cousin comes in. He goes, hey, weren't you guys making a bet? And I'm like,
yep.
Did you go get me some tissue? And he was like, do you need to cry? I'm like, I need to cry.
I have to let this out.
Because if I don't cry, it's going to fester into rage.
Yes, that's a good thing to do, yes.
So he let me cry a little bit on his shoulder.
That's good.
He's a good man. Thank you.
Yes,
there we go. Yes.
Thank you for being a good man.
Family is forever.
And he said, you poor son of a bitch.
Yep.
Brandy Rhodes is extremely annoying.
We'll get to that in a little bit.
I wish you the best.
Well, that's good. I do wish you the best and hope you make it through this without wanting to kill someone.
So what I might do,
Mama Stowe might want to take out a life insurance policy. She might as well get paid for this.
Do we got to take out applications for a third host?
So what we might do is we might put out an application. Mama, just be ready to call 911 at some point during the season because it's going to happen.
We'll have one hell of a funeral. Don't worry.
How am I going to get? It's going to be 16 episodes.
Is it?
How am I supposed to get through it?
You know what? It's a lot of liquor. You got yourself a little 420 green.
So
over there.
if Jack Daniels will please reach out to me, I would love to sponsor you on the show.
I would love to be sponsored by Jack Daniels.
Because I'm going to be drinking a lot of you in the summer.
Look at the bright side. At least one time in those 16 episodes, I guarantee you're going to watch Brandy lathering anti-flame shit on Cody's back. I guarantee it's in there somewhere.
That will be enjoyable. Because he'll be suffering.
Yeah, it's true.
And I'll be happy.
Yeah.
And saying, why did I do this?
You know what? Since we're speaking of these ass clowns.
Let's get right to it. Leroy, do me a favor. Could you bring up... Okay. I want to say this. Jesse, A couple weeks ago, they had a show that you said was actually pretty good.
Yes.
That most people thought was the worst show they'd done well. It was the last show before they went to TBS.
Which I thought was mostly good besides the main event.
This last show.
This was the worst one they've done.
It is the worst show I've ever seen. Okay, Jim Cornette can say whatever he wants about WWE sounding scripted.
Right.
Every promo sounded like they didn't know how to say it. When did Lance Archer not get the chance? Let's go. Can we go match by match, please? Leroy, can we get the results of this last show? By the way, CM Punk versus MJF was your main event. Didn't even hit 1 million. And hold on. We'll explain why once we get the results up.
Didn't need to go 40 minutes either.
Nah, there was 30 minutes left in the show when they started it.
No. When they started that match, my clock said 8:25.
Okay, fair.
So it went close to 40 minutes. It should have been over in 25. I thought they had a 30-minute time limit.
No, actually, Justin Roberts said, and I quote, TV time remaining.
Okay.
So,
then you have cleared them, because I was like,
they had
this
to
is
go
definitely over 30.
Because for some strange effing reason, this match, which was one of the only things we actually wanted to see on the show, they decided to get a commercial break in the middle of it.
Oh no, not one,
but two.
No, it was not
3.
two. Yeah. It was 3.
All right,
Zach.
Okay,
Zach.
I got it.
I got it too.
I watched it live.
I know.
It was 3 commercial breaks.
Yep.
Which is terrible.
We started the night, Jon Moxley with Wheeler Yuta.
This was weird.
It was incredibly weird.
Because I think they were supposed to be trying
with
to
Orange Cassidy and Danhausen.
Yeah, Danhausen was out there with the best friends.
Don't mention Danhausen because even though Jim Cornette got a kick out of him when they sent him cameos, nothing has made Jim Cornette more angry than the statement, and I quote, "So they signed Danhausen for a lights out spot, but the Briscoes are still on a chicken farm." Okay.
I don't understand it either.
Which, by the way, Jesse, is not kayfabe. That is what they do.
I know.
That is their life.
Yeah, it was confirmed to me last week. Like, no, Jesse, they are chicken farmers.
because Jim, when he was in ROH, there was a time when I think it was Mark came to a show and looked like Grizzly Death because he had been cleaning out one of the chicken coops for like 3 hours in the Delaware sun in the summer.
Well, didn't him and his dad, them come like to a show
in New York
in a Winnebago?
Yep. Nope. The whole family.
And that's what they rolled up in a freaking Winnebago.
The ballroom room in a Winnebago.
Awesome. For rich farmers, they sure do like to be poor.
Well, the whole family also lives on a compound.
No, I know.
But anyway, no. So
that family's actually, if you look their wealth up for the company, they actually make more doing that than they do pro wrestling.
Oh yeah, but no,
they're just doing wrestling for fun.
This was confusing only because the first time that Jon Moxley faced Wheeler Yuta, it was an absolute squash. And it turned into an absolute squash, although Wheeler got a little more offense in this time. But Jesse, okay, this is where Spot Monkey needs to come to the table.
What confused me the most is Wheeler Yuta is a really good technical wrestler, and they try to turn him into a brawler.
Yeah, it just didn't make any sense.
Like, you got to just let him...
You got to give Vince credit. He never really clashes styles very often.
Well, and here's the thing. Even if you do it, because John is more than capable. I've seen him in New Japan. More than capable of telling the story of the technical guy gets ahead of his brawling,
right?
And John has to dig his way out of that.
Yeah.
So
it was weird.
It was maybe because Wheeler's not a heel, they didn't do that.
But the weird thing to me was this is where AEW needs to, because this episode exposed something that AEW does not want to admit, and I am here to expose it. And
they won't admit it.
Jesse, when Eric's on the show, I'm gonna need you to help me with Eric. I love the boy, I do, but so let me get this straight. Everything that Jim Cornette has said since day one,
right?
Since the moment we watched Michael knock it the fuck off, put the baby oil on, you people have defended. You people have said, this is awesome. You have chanted, this is awesome. You have said, do this forever. All of that and everything Bryan Danielson said you cheered so loudly for in Chicago because you know what? The only crowd you draw is in Chicago.
That's why they go back to Chicago.
Oh, by the way, Vince is the only one that says losing your hometown? Bullshit. Anyway.
Right.
Before we get there. But this, Bryan Danielson, it's not about what Bryan Danielson is trying to create. I'm all for it. It's the American Dragon. But what he said and what you cheered for is everything Jim Cornette's been saying about this show since the fucking word go.
You know what's amazing about that whole promo with Daniel and Jon Moxley?
He said get rid of the sideshow acts. He said bring in real wrestling.
Yeah.
Everything that you people have cheered for 4 fucking years. Now you're cheering for the opposite?
Because, by the way, it was funny.
Now that he can finally get real talent?
Because I was gaming while watching Dynamite because I had a sense this could be a bad show this week.
Oh, your senses.
My senses were
Too
very
bad
right.
your senses didn't work out in the Rumble.
God, they did not. Anyway, don't remind me of my losses.
Well, they gave a B+ for that first match.
The match is not the problem. The problem was
everything
the
else
promo.
around it.
I would have given it a B, a solid B. But like I said, it would have been a weird B. It's like if a kid in 7th grade is kind of bringing me his writing report, and you're like, well, damn it, I guess it is good. But, man, young man, you person, you came a really long way to come to the right conclusion.
to quote Mr. Feeney from Boy Meets World, and I'm going somewhere with this. When he once read Sean's college psychology paper when Sean snuck into a college class and he got an F on it, he read it and said, Ed, well, it's good. This whole paper's in one sentence. Because once again, people don't realize in college, yes, you have to have the right idea, but you have to have college level work. You can't just write a paper and say, hey, this is good stuff. No, it has to look professional. But anyway, no, that's what this was. We did a lot of work.
Right.
And for some reason, Wheeler Yuta was there. Orange Cassidy was there.
The craziest
Danhausen is getting paid more than the Briscoes to just be there.
Well, he's just an attraction now.
Which is fine. I love me some Danhausen.
I love Danhausen.
But here's the deal. Danhausen in that scenario is the prime example of what Bryan Danielson was talking about, in that you can afford anybody.
Right.
And back before MLW got their shit together and decided to make Alexander Hammerstone the guy.
Right. Took you guys 2 years, but you did it.
He was free.
Fucking dragged your feet on that.
He was free.
Yeah.
He was available. His stablemate was already there and established.
Right.
And you drug your feet. Now he ain't going nowhere because he's the man.
Right.
But the point is, Jesse, they cheered for everything that Jim Cornette has been trying to tell them for 4 years.
I know. Because, when Daniel starts to speak, when Bryan starts to speak, you're like, I literally paused the game with my bandmates, and I'm like, yeah, he's right. Yeah, he's right. He's right. How's anyone booing him? He's just right now.
They booed the WrestleMania moment, which you criticized on the show because you're booing the biggest night in wrestling.
Yep.
The biggest night in wrestling. The most now soon-to-be stupendous night. Pat McAfee with a dictionary was the funniest shit I'd seen on television in maybe 12 years. And it's been that long since I laughed that hard.
Because even he knows how stupid this sounds.
Yes. But anyway, no. Jesse, they cheered for everything that we've said, for everything that you had to come around to and realize.
And it was amazing because since someone at the show must have put because it was the show was still happening, and someone put together the faction that Bryan was talking about building, and I'm like, yeah, that looks really good.
That's a good faction.
I'm like, that's a good looking faction right there.
Yeah.
They should do this.
But Jesse,
maybe they will.
Does this not show the hypocrisy? And yes, I know it's Chicago. I know they like their wrestling, and they've seen a lot of good wrestling. But is this not the hypocrisy of AEW that no one said a word about this promo? It literally went into the ether that Bryan Danielson basically just took Jim Cornette's fucking material and just made it his own. It was like, once again, we said Lambert is basically a transcript of the Jim Cornette experience. This was
pretty close.
This, by the way, Lambert, we have to talk about it. I'm sorry, Jesse, but we got to talk about that.
Oh my
but anyway,
God.
no. Jesse, hypocrisy, once again, is just everything in AEW right now.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing, and I'm sorry, but the fans, you can turn me off. I don't care. You deserve to be embarrassed. You should feel embarrassed because you are once again hypocrites on your bullshit. Just because a real star finally said it, you care? What about the guys that you wanted on TV all this time? What about the fact that Frankie Kazarian sadly resigned? Yes, I said sadly resigned.
I can't believe he resigned.
And at this point, Frankie must just be trying to make money. No offense to Frankie, but take the money.
Well, and good
I
for
wouldn't
him.
doubt it.
The next match, nothing against the Kings of the Black Throne, but Jesse.
And Death Triangle?
When and where has Death Triangle been for the last year?
Well, I don't know.
Tag champs. Pac has been out. By the way, their storybooking sometimes is fuck. I tell you, it's trash.
Oh my god!
I say you, it's trash. It's one of those. Things.
Oh, by the way, quick question. Why? And no, sorry, Kenny Defiance. We don't know why.
In this case, we don't know why.
Why? Quick question. Is it Death Triangle versus the Kings of the Black Throne, and not a continuing story with, I don't know, the Varsity Blondes who Malachi Black has been fighting with for over a month?
Because they already destroyed them last week.
Well,
since when does the AEW audience give a shit about the end of booking?
They could destroy him again.
They pick shit up all the time.
They already destroyed them last week. They did the tease with Julia again, so I guess they're done with it.
Oh my god. Nothing against the match. You had Pac. You had
the
Penta.
match was awesome.
The match was great because of the 4 guys in it, but
also,
it made no fucking sense.
Also, since I didn't watch the entrance last week, oh Tommy Ann, you give me chubs. Oh god, that music is so good.
It really is.
Oh, it's so good. And then the way they come out, and they just look like 2 dudes who just left talking to Satan. Yep. It's such a cool visual. Like, he gets his shit. Like, he gets his character.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Brody's character. I love that, man.
I hate to say it. I wish that Tommy End.
You know what, Vince? I would like to set up a meeting. I want to fly to Connecticut, Vince, and be like, Nick, if you want to spend money on talent, I want you to reapproach Tommy End and Brody King. I want you to reapproach Wyndham. You guys can still do your own projects.
Yeah.
We're going to pay you $6 million. They'll still commit to here.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You know what? You don't even have to listen to any of these guys anymore.
Because, technically, I hate to say it, folks down there, if they can get Nick Khan to agree to this and Vince, there's nothing in an AEW contract that says you can't work in WWE too.
That is true.
Nothing says that.
Tony Khan opened his own fucking mouth this week talking about even if we, quote unquote, don't have the most positive working relationship, we are more than open to our wrestlers going. That was a reference to WWE.
Nick, put your money where your mouth is, bitch.
So I would go to a meeting with them. I'd be like, offer them a part-time contract. Listen, you can still work in AEW if you want, but they're going to pay your insurance that night. Yeah. You can still go do Bola and all that.
Yeah.
But they're going to pay your insurance.
Yeah.
But otherwise...
Which, by the way, what's the difference between just taking Tony's check and using it for insurance? Tony's paying you to be in Battle Los Angeles.
Right.
Anyway.
There we go.
And then I would go to these acts.
Which, by the way,
I would go to Pac.
Yeah.
I'll let you go to Japan.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to put you in NXT every now and then. I want you to take my North American title to Japan and defend it. You want to know why? Because you're not being used properly there. This is a waste of time in AEW, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Because they won't come back to this.
No.
They won't come back to this for another year.
No.
So people tell me all the time about long-term storytelling in AEW.
God, even the visual of the setup, TBS just doesn't look right. I'm sorry, it doesn't. Next to the Kings of the Black
Well,
Throne.
and then as Gene said in the PWL, because I was going to put it, and I was actually going to call Gene out, so I'm glad, Professor, you kind of saw it yourself. Dude, why did Pac just kind of give away right away that he could already see? Because at first, he was doing the I'm blind thing, which is cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is.
That you could have worked with that the whole match. And then at the end kind of did a reveal, oh, he's good. He's not completely blind. That would have been fine. But he basically gave it away within the first 2 minutes. And it's just like, well, then what is the point of then give Julia Hart credit?
Yeah. She sold it for a while.
Well, she's still selling it.
Yeah.
She goes to indie shows with that damn eye patch.
Yeah.
Good job, young lady.
Jesse.
She's fun to watch.
I hope she comes back home and do a show.
Before this happened.
That was a grade B.
But
I'll have to talk to Dave. Maybe he'll get her every MEW.
Before this happened.
By the way, before you finish, she put more bass in her voice in her promos too.
She did.
So before the TBS title match she had, she put so much bass in her voice. I'm like, where is this girl coming from?
Now, I hate to say it, but before this match, ladies and gentlemen, I thought that there was a cap on Brandy Rhodes promos in AEW. I was wrong. The cap went up.
Oh no!
Oh fuck! We're gonna talk about this
because this shit This shit. This was so bad. And by the way, the lounge finally realized it. But hey.
It takes them a while. Sorry.
Hold on. To everyone with PWL, because you
Chicago booed her.
No, Jesse.
The whole time.
Jesse, hold on. Before I get to this, for those of you who don't sadly follow what Jesse will now have to, this is not even a top 3 worst Brandy moment. This doesn't make the top 3 worst things she's ever done for this business.
Really?
But anyway, oh my God. No.
This was horrible, though.
But no, let me get to something here. First of all, you come out. You're smiling. Smugly.
Apparently, she now also has her husband's entrance.
Yeah. You do some bullshit that, by the way, she did twice in this promo.
She needs her own entrance.
Where she opens with, I can't keep track anymore. She did that twice, by the way. She freaking says Cleveland over Chicago. Whatever. They were booing you before. You don't need to get heat. You already got it.
Just be you.
That's, well, yeah.
Bitch, 1990s X-Pac is wanted back more than your dumbass.
Just be you and you'll get heat.
You'll get the heat. Oh, this poor child has to be raised by these two. Anyway,
Justin, rescue that kid.
Oh, God. But, Jesse, this was bad. Also, once again, she barely got anything out before Dan appears. I don't know why. Your boy Scorpio's
He's a waste of time.
Oh, my God.
Well, it says in here there.
The only good line she had.
Okay.
The only good line she had was the Ethan Page. And the problem is, it came from you, bitch. It came from you.
But it was factually correct.
Oh, it was 100% factual, but it came from. But by the way, the person you were referring to, he don't want none of this bullshit.
He ain't going.
He ain't going to this bullshit.
No one from Impact is ever going back.
No.
Go ahead, Leroy.
I have to read this because I think it's funny.
Please do.
Well, because Rhodes, her star quality, I don't know what star quality it is.
Yeah.
But returning Paige Van Zandt that says, but even a match routine.
By the way, could Paige Van Zandt...
Hold on. Go finish.
But let me let this.
I know, I get it.
I'm sorry, Zach. Just right after 1 sec.
I'll let you go off.
But even a match between the two of them fails to inspire interest in the program.
Now, Zach, feel free to go off. I'm going to sit here with my popcorn.
Go for it, Zach.
Paige Van Zandt, could you have oversold any more goddamn much?
She's trash.
Paige Van Zandt, if you can't bare knuckle anymore, go freaking be a model for Sports Illustrated. I don't care. Is it sexist? Probably.
Take your punk ass husband with you too.
But do me a favor and get this bullshit out of the professional wrestling world of you coming down. Bitch, let me explain something to you. If it's not a shoot, I'm out wrestling your ass. Okay? This, Jesse, she could not have been more over the top in the wrong way.
I just want Paige to know. I want Paige and her husband to know. Sometimes the fight game is no longer working for you. That's okay.
It's a hard thing to do for 20 years.
Guys, listen.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
OnlyFans exists. Pornhub exists. There are many avenues with those bodies you can have, okay? Get the fuck out of pro wrestling.
The Gucci belt and you wanted to get in a fight? The crop top you wanted to get in a fight? Like, oh, by the way, no, hold on, time out. We have had lights out matches. Apparently, by the way, we still talk about that, by the way. Apparently, there's now a quota in AEW on lights out matches.
Right.
WWE has had 2 in like the last 40 years. They've had 3 in a year. But anyway, let me explain something to you people here, okay?
That wasn't much of a lights out match.
It was just to get Danhausen in AEW.
I just saw highlights and I was
it was the only way for them to do the whole we have to get the win for Orange Cassidy over Adam Cole without hurting Adam Cole's record. That's what it was.
But possibly killing Adam Cole. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
He looks like a scrawny son of a bitch.
Paige
oh my
Van
God!
Zandt literally hits the ring apron. Poorly, mind you.
She did.
Hogan got in the ring better than she did.
And he can't get in the ring for shit.
No.
Sorry.
Let me get to my point.
Sorry.
Okay?
He's getting old.
I have to set this up. The bitch gets on the ring apron, and yes, sweetie, you can fold me into a pretzel, but I will give you all the criticism you deserve for this shit. You hit the ring horribly, mind you. I guarantee the first time Brock Lesnar attempted that whole thing where he jumps up, grabs top rope, he did better than you did, bitch.
Right.
But here's the deal: you hit the ropes, you get in the ring, You literally pick up Brandy. You don't hit her. You don't put on an arm bar. You don't Sonya Deville what Ronda did, which is great, by the way.
Right.
There will be a follow-up. We all know this.
Yeah.
You take the bitch and you carefully place her in the corner, and the locker room empties. We have seen people get mutilated in ways Rey Mysterio's fake eye never did, and nobody does shit. But you take one of the most talented, top-to-bottom, entertaining women's locker rooms in the business, and they all run out, and they're all there to make the save. And why? Because nothing happened, and all of a sudden we gotta end it because it's a shoot fighter, and it's our chief Brandy officer who, Paige, if you wanted to redeem yourself, break the bitch's neck for me, will ya? If Jesse can say, can you hit yourself with that fucking chair to the chairman, I can ask for Brandy Rhodes to get her neck not killed but broken she can't fucking walk out there again.
I agree.
Paige Van Zandt, you had one chance to redeem yourself, and you had one job. You had one job, bitch, and you couldn't fucking do it.
We got to send her a tweet.
Well, to be fair, she used to have another job, but she couldn't do that anymore.
Well, there's that. Oddly enough, you actually got beat by Ronda. And that's no offense to Ronda, but we all learned later in Ronda's career there were better women, Holly Holmes being one of them. But my point is this.
Nunez was better.
So much better. But here's the deal. We have literally had fights involving 20 men.
I know.
And no one does shit.
I know.
But Brandy Rhodes is lifted 2 feet off the ground, and the entire women's locker room, not just the jobbers, not just the, and they, by the way, I'm gonna say it. This segment was saved by the women from the locker room because they were the only ones that had actual conviction in their goddamn facial expressions. Red Velvet actually looked like she was stopping a fucking murder.
Right.
Red Velvet. That's the first time I said your name in a positive way, and you deserve it. But fucking Christ, this was terrible.
Dude, and
Dan Lambert, what the fuck was that? Just what?
I don't know.
A cheap pop for the fucking American top team fact that in a real shoot sport, your guy lost, but Brandy's apparently the person in power here. Brandy Rhodes has as much power in AEW as Jerry Lynn, and that's a bullshit statement in and of itself.
I was gonna say, listen. I literally laughed this whole segment. It was bad.
I couldn't even laugh. I forgot to laugh. I'll use a joke from 1973. I forgot to laugh.
Because she couldn't get 2 words out because Chicago was booing her so loud. That was the first time I was dying.
Chicago gave
I'm
no
like, yo, they are
about
not
this.
letting her speak for shit.
Shut the fuck up. Literally could have gone on for another 20 minutes, and that crowd would not have lost a single ounce of their base.
And how many more times are they going to come back to Chicago in the next 6 months?
Probably 7 or 8.
Probably 7 or 8.
Yeah.
It's the only place that AEW can draw a real crowd.
So besides Jacksonville. So here's the thing.
Those fans are paid by the Jacksonville Jaguars. Don't even fucking at me on that.
They probably are.
I doubt it.
Part of your season ticket package involves free tickets to AEW.
You are so... No, that's mean.
That might be true.
Hey, man, they got Doug Peterson now. They'll be a good team.
Maybe.
Urban Meyer might have actually been the luckiest man in the NFL.
Because he got fired.
That is a lie.
But that's how bad it is in AEW. But anyway, Jesse...
Well, Doug Peterson won't be doing an AEW pay-per-view, though. I can tell you that much.
Fuck no. Doug
no.
Peterson ain't dealing with this shit.
I will say this. So at that point, I was dying laughing. I'm like, well, this is going to be horse shit. And then Dan Lambert just kind of walks out because they didn't even play the Reach for the Sky music.
This was the first of 2 moments that Dan Lambert showed up.
So he walks out with Ethan and the token black guy because that's what he's become.
It's so
the
sad,
token black guy.
Wrong.
He's the token black guy. That's what he is now.
He has to pass the South Park test. Can he play bass?
Probably.
All right, fair enough.
Then he can be.
Damn it, you're black. You can pick up a bass. You can play bass. Son of a bitch.
Don't you play bass, Jesse?
One of the greatest jokes. Actually, drums were my first instrument, and then I learned how to play guitar and bass.
Okay.
But
so Jesse's less token than Scorpio's
right. So here's the thing, man. So he comes out looking fucking feckless and useless, and then Ethan is like yelling something at her. I don't even know what.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
And then Lambert gets him to shut up.
Yep.
And then just the cheapest jokes, you know. But he actually tried to talk as a face in this case because Dan's actually smart enough to know, well, this crowd hates her, so
Yeah.
I can literally talk as a face and get cheers, which is what he started to do. You know, did the thing because she used to be a stripper. Did the thing because, you know, her and her husband have said the dumbest shit on the planet. And
it's not even being written by Bruce Pritchard, but anyway.
No, because they're delusional. Brandy and Cody are fucking delusional.
Oh my god.
So I need Dustin to be very involved in that child's life for the future of that family. Anyway,
yes.
Because without Dustin, I don't know what's going to happen with that kid. We might have another Trump on our hand.
Oh my god.
No, they can't. That can't happen.
With those two parents, it is very likely.
Just in the wrestling business.
Right.
Okay, good.
Just in the wrestling business.
But,
that's all right then. I don't have to watch it.
No.
So, and then she decides to slap him. By the way, it wasn't even a strong one.
Oh, that dude.
At least when Stephanie used to slap people,
I'm glad you
said
it, not me, but that slap. Oh my god.
It was the weakest slap
I
I've
actually
ever
think
seen.
I've slapped you at work more realistically than that bitch slapped Dan Lambert on live television.
Really?
Yeah. Probably.
We weren't even trying.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, dude. It was like it was nothing. He moved.
There were two microphones there, and they couldn't catch the sound.
What's worse for them is they have four. Remember, because they have the fucking cameras on the post.
I know.
So they seem to forget their own production most of the time.
If she would have done that to me, I would look at her and said, "Can you hit harder?"
Well, because then he acted like you know the slap didn't hurt and all that because it clearly didn't.
No.
And then he goes.
But then again, Jesse, you'll learn this from season 1. You don't want people going out there and actually hurting each other.
And then runs down Paige Van Ass. Because, let's be clear, if she didn't have all that ass, she would not be on television.
Oh, God, no.
She can't fight anymore.
Quick question. Why is she even on American Top Team if she can't fight anymore?
Here's the thing.
She clearly can't train those people to do anything.
I want people to understand my UFC background and my understanding of UFC.
Go ahead. Please go ahead.
So I am I became a fan of the UFC back as a freshman in high school in 2003. My
right
uncle,
around when I think Dana White was officially taking
right.
it. Yeah.
Some good
my
shit. My
uncle took me to a show in Chicago, and that was kind of my first introduction. I think Kid Shamrock had a match, all that. So I've actually been blessed to go to either smaller fights or a couple of the UFC bigger fights.
Yeah.
Not in Vegas, unfortunately. But.
Right. Yeah.
So I got to know Paige Van Zandt. They had, they used to have the Ultimate Fighter contest.
Yeah.
And Paige Van Zandt's actual personality when she was first getting started was almost like a small town girl. And you could get behind her.
Yeah.
She was just bright eyed. She's but really passionate about the sport.
Yeah.
And she won. And what was really cool about her at first was all of her promos used to be really fun because she was humble. I think one of her first fights, she was like, I hope to beat her. But she's really, I forget which fighter it was. She's like, but she's really strong.
Yeah.
If I get caught in the jaw, it's over. Everyone was laughing, but she was just being honest, Yeah. And that's what we used to love about her. Unfortunately.
This is Jesse's quote unquote Young Bucks clown thing. She got a little too big for them britches.
Oh, I'm getting to the clown part.
Okay.
So, unfortunately,
I missed the clowns.
She gets some wins, and then the act becomes a bit obnoxious. She becomes White Brandy Rhodes. And then she starts getting knocked the fuck out.
Oh, did she ever.
After fight after fight.
Dana White gave her 2 fights too many, in my opinion, because anyone else who didn't win that show and who wasn't a name would have had 2-3 losses and you'd be off television. You'd be off pay-per-view.
Right, so
nobody get a pay-per-view fight.
After the Ronda loss, she went on a slope. And
nothing against Ronda, but when Ronda's career came to an end in the UFC, you could tell that the sport had kind of passed her by.
It wasn't even that. Her problem was she didn't grow as a fighter.
Exactly.
And so Holly Holmes whooped that ass.
Yes.
Because you didn't grow as a fighter. But the rest of the women grew.
Well, not only that, but it's I've always said this, and yes, this is my UFC analysis. The fact that a coach wasn't saying, you're a bronze medalist in judo, take the 21-time kickboxing champion off her fucking feet.
Right.
That was your corner's fault.
Yeah. So, Paige Van Zandt, realizing probably that her UFC career is over, became a clown. But she became a clown on Instagram and TikTok, shaking that ass. Good for you, sweetie. Make your money. Not gonna hate.
Never gonna hate on anybody.
Never
hate the Young Bucks for making their money. We
never do. We never will.
Nope.
Shake that ass on TikTok. Make some money.
Shake that ass. Make your money.
Yep.
Then she got married to a little light heavyweight. Once again, started very humble, wins some fights. This, by the way, you'll hear this a lot with UFC fighters. By the way.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
And then
you know who? Of course, you know who it never happened to. And by the way, hard to believe he's a Hall of Famer. Matt Hughes.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Hughes was always that country boy who.
Matt Hughes was also never an asshole.
No, he was never an asshole.
He was never an asshole.
No.
Always a good guy. Well, that's why.
And for those of you who are like, what about Brock? Brock has always been Brock.
Brock.
I can't get mad at Brock Lesnar.
Like I said, I met Brock once as a kid in 2006 after a WWE show. He was really, really cool.
Yeah. And by the way, we forgot to mention after he won the Rumble, when has Brock celebrated with the fans like that? I mean, Brock actually took it in 20 years into his career.
This run back for him, he's clearly just enjoying everything.
He's just enjoying it.
He's enjoying himself.
He's getting paid more than anybody else.
He's getting paid a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
Like he told So Called in the podcast, he's like, this run, I've actually just enjoyed wrestling fans again. Because he's like, the wrestling fans that go to shows, they want to enjoy a show.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can go to them and they'll hand me beers and stuff, and like they, because they respect Brock. But back to this bitch.
Yeah.
So.
Oh no! Hold on. Which bitch? Paige or her husband?
Oh, her.
Okay.
Because her husband, once again, same trajectory, hometown guy.
Yep.
Really nice. Starts winning some fights. Becomes a dickhead. Starts getting his ass whooped and starts tapping out. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he lost his last fight after they did the promo with Chris Jericho. I'll have to go look that up because I'm behind on my UFC right now.
Yeah.
But because there's so much pro wrestling going on.
Yes.
But I will say, you coming out there with your background, and all you did was lift her up to put her in the corner, and then by the way, Brandy's supposed to be smashing her back. Brandy, the point of the whole brawl thing and hitting the back is you're supposed to hear the shots to the back.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to be a brawl.
It's supposed to be it's supposed to be like a back slap, which we can hear.
You heard nothing. You heard nothing, Leroy. Then I start crying laughing. Because I'm like, see, now they're embarrassing us as pro wrestling fans. Because now everyone can see this is a fake fight.
I hate to say this. Okay, Paige, we get it. You could probably teach us more about mixed martial arts than we'll ever know. But
she could teach you. You want to know why she could teach like someone like you who might not watch it as much?
I do have a black belt though.
So. Because you're an ass kicker. I once told Zach years ago I thought he could still go be an Ultimate Fighter if he wanted to.
I got a black one too.
Nice. Oh God.
Literally.
Yeah, exactly.
He will judo toss you. But Zach was actually a hell of a fighter. Made the paper. All of that. So Zach could have been a great fighter. This bitch.
Oh yeah.
Fire her, Dana. Get rid of her. If he wants to keep her on American Top Team, good for you, Dan Lambert. Good for you. She is a waste of space. She's a waste of my time. All you had to do was call Rhonda. Hey, Rhonda, I know you beat my ass. I need a little help on this wrestling thing. That's all it took. That's all, because at least Rhonda has committed to it.
Yes.
To give her credit,
yes.
Even though that promo on Raw, I'm going to get on her ass about.
Yeah.
That was...
Because to
Friday
me, it looked like she didn't care.
Yeah. Friday was,
on Monday.
Friday was better.
Friday was a lot better.
Was
on
better.
Monday, it looked like she didn't care. And I was like, Rhonda, if you don't care, don't fucking show it.
Yeah.
But anyway, here's the thing. If you're going to do this, commit. Because this is an art form. You need to commit to it. Just like fighting is.
This is why wrestling turned into a predetermined thing, and boxing and mixed martial arts went to shoot. Because wrestling, there is a side to it that matters because the promo has to come from you, not the promotion.
Right.
UFC can build a sports package all they want and put up a commercial.
You have
to sell the fight.
You know what?
Oh, yeah.
Allison, we're going to find a trainer for Zach. And I just want him to fight the small circuit. And we're going to put a video package together, and I'm going to send it to Page Fans Dan. And I'm like, this is why my friend, who decided not to do it after his diagnosis, would have been a better fighter than you and your husband. You fucking clowns! Get out of pro wrestling. And I'm done with this segment.
All right.
From one useless female
Wow.
To a useless.
Wow.
To a useless use of a female.
I was wondering where you're going with that
Soho
one.
That started real sexist.
Versus
A little bit.
versus Nyla Rose. Jesse, where am I wrong? Where am I wrong?
What was the point of giving Nyla the win back?
Fuck if I know.
So what? She got eliminated from the tournament.
Yeah.
So, by the way, I've actually, for those who don't know, and I hope to maybe get something nailed down within the next 2 months, I did reach out to Nyla Rose because I would love to interview her.
I would love it. Absolutely fantastic.
They did send me a little information back. I'm going to send it to you. I would love to do that because I would like to get an interview about her story, her life in pro wrestling. All
exactly.
That.
No, yeah, yeah.
That would be awesome.
I think a lot of people hearing her story will inspire more.
And I want to be very clear here. It's not just the AEW audience. I think the audience that has just followed AEW from the get go. Mm-hmm. Sadly, they're not watching during the week, but who is?
No.
Nobody cares about Nyla pre Nyla Rose,
right.
and that's just the honesty of the show. Is that we all know the story. But it would be nice to sort of get the, it's like, I would like to know what it's like for her in that locker room.
Right.
Because obviously, here's the deal. We've proven with Miss Blanchard that if the locker room don't want you, you ain't in there. So obviously they don't care.
Because she's poison.
Yeah. But Nyla Rose, I would love to sit down and talk to Nyla about the journey.
I would love to hear her journey. I would love to kind of get her story. Plus, she does like a lot of fun stuff on Twitch. So I'm like, man, if we could get that interview, if I get that interview for us, I think that would be a really big get and a chance for her to really talk about her story.
No, 100%. But seriously, what was this shit?
But what the fuck is this? She didn't need the win back.
No,
Nyla wasn't hurt by being eliminated from the TBS.
And
tournament.
by the way,
this was a C+.
It deserved an F because it ended with.
Wow, an F? That's generous.
It ended no.
I don't think we can go any
There's
lower
a
than
scale.
that.
I can't go lower on the scale. All right.
I don't think we can go any lower.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, you can. You can completely expel the match.
Here's the thing.
Oh, okay. All right.
Here's the thing. WWE made Ruby Riott look like a joke. Yeah, because missing a kick and literally kicking air to end the match.
Sean Ross Sapp, stupid son of a bitch, had the nerve to go on Twitter. Go for it. Had the nerve to go on Twitter. By the way, use the 13 cards thing to see how much engagement that comment got.
Yeah.
Had the nerve to go on Twitter and say, if you guys can't see that wasn't a botch. How was it a botch? How was it not a botch? I literally didn't even see the end of the match because I was rolling on the floor laughing. That was one of the worst botches I've seen.
Nyla from the second or third row.
Yeah.
Splashed Ruby and then gave her the is it Beast Bomb?
So she was apparently what was supposed to probably happen was as she was going to hit the Riot Kick or whatever it's called now. I forget what it's called now. She was supposed to block it with her hand.
Yeah.
Okay. But Nyla missed a spot. It happens.
Yeah.
You know what you do if she misses a spot?
Go back to it.
Don't even go back to it.
Oh, by the way, Jesse, FYI, it has been confirmed. The spot with Malachi Black and Junior, he actually did botch it, 100%.
Oh, Rafe, Penta?
No, with Brian Pillman Jr.
Oh,
that was actually a botch.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, no, wasn't planned.
Good job on Tommy Inn's part.
Exactly.
Fuck it, we're just gonna finish the match, dude.
Yep. But back to this.
But yeah, so. By the way, WWE helps with that. If you get a botch, so just try to finish it real quick.
Yeah, no.
Here's the thing.
Go home.
Nyla didn't need this.
Nope.
Nyla needs to be in the title picture.
Yeah.
Because we're just dancing around this fucking match between her and Britt Baker now.
Yeah, we are.
Like, it's getting ridiculous.
And by the way, I hate to say it, but my girl Jade is just... She's making her money, but they have not used her once since she's won this fucking belt.
Here's the thing. Her and Britt Baker, to me, are on the same wavelength as far as if they don't get themselves over, the company's not going to get them over.
Oh, hell no.
They fail women all the time in AEW.
Give Jade all this credit. She wasn't part of this bullshit Brandy shit. She has done nothing but just... And look, here's the deal. Here's the deal. God gave you what God gave you. Use it, honey. I'm not mad about it.
Now, of course, the story came out... she did a thing with, it wasn't Chris Van Vliet, but another prominent wrestling reporter.
Yeah.
And she talked about, like, initially I was supposed to sign with WWE.
Right.
and she was talking about how, like, you know, they were asking her about, like, you know, do you have a family? Yes. You know, are you going to be able to have the family taken care of, because most of the time you're going to be on the road?
Yeah.
And, you know, they used the line, you know, we just want you to know all this ahead of time because, you know, we are going to become your family. Now, some people seem to take that the wrong way, thought it was a little gross. And I'm like, no. They're telling you, like, you're going to be on the road so fucking much, you're not going to see your family.
I'm not doing this to be funny. I'm doing this because it's a real point that needs to be said. We've said before on the show, the whole Paige situation that happened with the, you know, phone leaks, again, stuff like that's going to happen when you're on the road with these people that often, and they're young and they're single.
Right.
Like, that shit's just going to happen. Okay?
And good on you, Brad and Xavier. Good on you.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I was proud of him when I saw that video.
Yeah.
I understand.
Cried a little bit.
Yeah.
I understand.
And then she got with Ronnie Radke. Actually, that's a joke. I like Ronnie. I've met him a couple times. I like Ronnie a lot.
He's a good
Ronnie's
dude.
a good guy.
He's a good
but
guy.
Yeah, it's one of those things though, like, and so of course the hardcore AEW.
But if
fan base
WWE
is like,
had
yeah,
Britt
I love
Baker
her.
and Jade Cargill, they wouldn't secondary title to fucking fill a need. They would just say, you two are going to work together for like a year.
Here's the thing: if they were both in WWE, Jade would probably be the NXT Women's Champion right now.
Oh yeah.
And then
yeah.
Britt Baker would probably be going up against Charlotte. Which, gotta be honest, Britt, while you're doing great things on your own right now, don't tell me you don't want that match.
Oh, she does.
Oh, she would.
She does.
At WrestleMania 2, you don't want that match. She used to talk about. I watched WrestleManias. I loved it. So you sure you don't want that match?
Yeah.
If Vince didn't come knocking like, hey, why don't we do title for title, you versus Becky at WrestleMania?
But what was the point of this? We don't know.
But there was really no point in Ruby losing here. I feel so bad. She should have just went to Impact.
Yeah. Yeah.
She could have still did the indie scene like an Impact, because of course they just tape their shows through the week.
Yeah.
Like, it actually been a safer schedule as well.
Yeah.
Like, it just.
Adam Page spoke with the worst promo of a world champion I've seen in a long time.
They have made him look like the weakest world champion.
Oh, he's so bad.
And it is infuriating that people defend it week after
I know!
week after week.
How
after
do
week.
you defend this?
He's such a weak world champion.
Oh. And a quick question. You finally climbed the mountain. You got the belt. You're the man. You got a ranch with a bunch of cows and horses, and you still sound like a bitch when you speak. You sound like the kid, and look. Sorry to all the high school students that he used to teach. Your former teacher's a bitch right now as a world champion.
Yep.
Fuck him. This is so bad.
But he's gonna beat Lance, so it doesn't. But every week.
Oh, by the way, this segment, Dan Lambert getting paid twice in one night. That's good. Good on Dan.
By the way, why is Dan associated with Lance now that Jake is back?
And by the way,
Makes no sense.
They talk about WWE not explaining shit. No one's explaining this at all.
Jesse, do me a favor. Call up your boy Gato here and ask him a question. Why the fuck did Lance Archer's yelling to the camera sound like he was a literal fucking robot?
I have no idea.
Leroy, later on,
Yes.
I need Jesse to find what Lance yelled at the camera, because it was like somebody couldn't get the cue cards quick enough. That's literally what it sounded like.
After he put him through the table, he
After he put him through the steps, then the table.
By the way, because now for 3 weeks in a row, he's just whooped Adam's ass.
And it's all to build to a Texas death match, which has no explanation as to why it's a Texas death match. We're only doing it because, Mickey and Deanna did it. Well, they were in Texas,
and then, of
they
course,
had built to that shit.
Mox and Lance, of course, did it in AEW and in New Japan as well. But here's the thing.
That's their thing.
And it works for them.
Exactly.
Because Mox is a great deathmatch wrestler.
Yes.
Here's the thing.
Yep.
Lance is going to lose.
Yep.
So now this is the second time he's probably going to lose to a champion he should have beat.
Yep.
And then where does he go? So you just got him back.
Yep.
And this is what we're doing.
Yep.
But people want to talk to me about what they did with Cesaro and all that, and I'm like, yeah, but Cesaro will probably be back in the picture once Brock's gone.
Yeah.
So like I told people, I'm like, remember, if Brock's around, ain't a lot of room for a lot of other people.
Mm-hmm. He's going to have the belt.
Which, by the way, was the same with Bruno, was the same with Hogan, was the same with Triple H, even though you hated it.
That was awful.
It was the same with Rock. It was the same with Stone Cold. It's been the same with John Cena. Like, stars get the money and the time. Get over it.
Paul Levesque, I want my apology. I'm not going to write an email like you joked about. I'm not going to write a Twitter. I just want an apology. Hey, you know what? I got greedy. My bad. But I'm good. Because I love you. I love him.
Yeah, no, you do.
He's invited to the cookout.
He is, yeah.
He's invited to the cookout.
Hell yeah.
But I want my apology for them 4 years. Anyway, I don't understand because he's going to beat him.
Yeah.
And then, so for those who don't know, on Rampage, Adam Cole beat, by the way, this site has it wrong. They said Evil Yuta instead of Evil Uno.
Yeah, no, they did.
Yeah, that's why I saw that.
It's Evil Uno, guys.
It's Evil Uno.
Which, of course, is clearly his stepping path to Adam Page. Well, I'm guessing Cole is just going to beat Page.
Yeah.
Because I told people he's not going to be champ for a year. Not at this pace.
Oh, God, no.
Why is Cole going to beat him?
To be fair, hold on. We'll get to that later because again, we were gone for we got 2 AEWs to talk about. It's gonna be a long show, folks. Strap on in.
True, yeah.
But here's the deal. It has felt like he's been champion for a year because that's how fucking painful this has been.
It's been kind of boring since the Bryan Danielson feud has ended. Like
wasn't even a feud. That was just 2 matches.
Well, here's the thing, though. I didn't mind that because Danielson is credible.
Well, yes, but it should have been the launching pad to you just beat, sir, the American fucking Dragon.
Right.
If anyone on God's fucking green earth should not have a confidence problem, it is you.
By the way, what doesn't help Adam Page is the fact that now that Moxley's back, their own fans are like, well, technically Moxley is the uncrowned king. Yeah, because he was screwed.
Yeah.
So now you've added that layer.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. But anyway,
because they don't know what they're doing.
Now, before we get to why I'm angry at Mr. Coal Mine, because you are digging yourself so deep, sir. But anyway, here's the deal.
Oh, that promo about
how
the loss doesn't matter. What did I tell you, Leroy, the last time we were on the show? I said these fucking these blackout matches are a cop out.
Yep.
Because it's the only way they'll book guys that they don't want to lose.
Yep.
And it's a cop out.
But before we get there, ladies and gentlemen, the only thing you came to see, which would have had 1 million people watching if Brandy Rose didn't exist, we finally, after what Jesse has said, has felt like getting a 45-inch tooth pulled out of his mouth, head.
Yeah.
We finally get to MJF versus CM Punk, and I think it is apropos that we must make this very clear. I exploit you love me, and Punk is the master of that fucking statement. I waited for you to have a very lackluster match, sir. That Darby Allin, you wrestled great, and I'm like, you still got it. You wrestled with fucking everybody else.
Will Hobbs, yeah.
What the fuck, bro? You just shit on and you did it, sir. Fucking Phil Brooks did this.
Guys, I can't be the only person who watched this. And while like it's going on, because at first I'm like, okay. And then
he missed the elbow.
They had
he overshot the elbow.
What first fucked me up was the whole false finish, which I was down with at first, but then they restarted the match and it went another 25 minutes, and then I'm like, I'm getting bored. And then by the way,
you gave Punk an out. This is the second. No, hold on, stop, time out. This is the second time they've fucking done this. This is the second fucking time that they've given, and it's been with MJF.
I know.
It's the second fucking time they've given the wrestler an out for next week. Big rating, big number, big chance at a babyface story, and they just are like, nah, we're gonna do it right now. Because guess what? All wrestling fans want is for everything to be settled right here, right now.
Right.
We don't want to be told a story, which we've already been told for fucking 17 months in this fucking thing.
It feels like
the 5 labors of Jericho took less time than fucking Punk and MJF.
And we got Hoovy out of that one.
We did. We got Hoovy out of that at least.
People can't hear my eyes roll, but they roll.
I know. But here's the deal. He missed the elbow.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
The fucking Pepsi drop.
Oh, the Pepsi plunge?
The Pepsi plunge was botched. Punk Punk.
It did look rough.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was a botch, but I was watching him like, I think he's still trying to sell the knee mid-air.
Yeah.
But it looks rough.
Yeah.
Technically, that's just a pedigree he moves forward.
Yeah.
He's coming off the rope.
Yeah.
Listen.
Oh, and now we're. And by the way, Aaron asked in the lounge, where does MJF go from here? I'm like, well, based on this, we're gonna tease if he's even on television for the next 6 months.
Right.
Probably, yeah.
We're gonna tease this 3.5 year story with fucking Adam Wardlow. Is it Adam Wardlow?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Adam Wardlow.
What I don't understand. What I don't understand about the whole Wardlow coming out thing is if the tease has gone on too long. This is clearly the story you're going to go for, is Wardlow turning on him and becoming a monster babyface, which I have no problem with. I think Wardlow's gotten a lot better in the last 3 years. But what the fuck was the point of him being out? Just you know what? Just let the chairman come out, do something fucking dumb, and cost Punk the match. Whatever. Give that idiot his 5 minutes of shine so his very beautiful, more talented wife can be happy. I'm okay with that. But, like, why Wardlow? Why would Wardlow keep helping a dude he's going to beat the shit out of at some point in the next 6 months?
Makes no sense.
I exploit you.
At that
still
point,
you love me. That is the name of this segment, because
at that point this match went from a 4.5 to a 2.5 because everything culminating to that point, I was like, well, if what's the name comes out and costs CM Punk, if it's the chairman who comes out and costs CM Punk because he got squashed the week before, I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
You know, because they're giving him nothing else, which is what he deserves.
They give it
nothing.
a B+.
Nothing.
No.
Wow.
No.
That's what they gave the match, a B+.
You know what? I'll give them credit. You know what? You want to know why? Because everyone else is like, this is an instant classic. And I'm like,
No, it's not.
where?
No, it's not. You want to know what an instant classic was? And I've told our fans, and apparently very few of our AEW loving stands have yet to listen to me. Yeah, go watch Ricky the Dragon Steamboat versus Ric Flair. Those were instant classics.
Listen, I still believe, while it was a fucking foregone conclusion who was going to win,
Yeah.
the match with Kenny and Cassidy was amazing.
Yeah.
It was an amazing match. We knew who was going to win.
Yes, we did.
Clearly we knew who was going to win. But it was just like, this is a really good match.
Yeah.
The whole time I'm like, okay, I'm waiting for the next
Punk
to kind of get there.
Punk looked old in this match.
Yes, he did.
He looked very, very old. And the problem is that you didn't have Vince's genius to cover it up.
Maybe the feud with MJF was a bad idea.
You fucking think?
Because I don't know what MJF gains.
Nothing.
We already knew he was a bad son of a bitch in the ring.
Jesse, I exploit you, still you love me. That is the only thing that CM Punk has been trading on for the last 7 years of his life. I exploit you, still you love me. These people cheered this to the bone of their existence, and they had no reason to.
Professional wrestling to me is absolutely subjective.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to tell you shouldn't have enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. But Classic just felt so strong that I kind of wanted to throw up this week.
You want to know the sad part is? Classic by definition means you will never forget it. People are going to forget this. They forgot this by Rampage.
I will forget this match after we're done today.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't that memorable.
No.
Because it also went through commercial breaks, does not help storytelling.
No.
If you're going to do a 40-minute match.
And by the way, somebody stop talking in JR's ear to let fucking excrement over here fucking keep plugging every goddamn thing that is coming up after the show. Can you save it for the freaking Paige Van Zandt moment and let the main event just be a wrestling contest?
I would have loved for them to keep interrupting that.
Oh, please. Oh, please.
I am at a point. Number one, this was literally the absolute worst show AEW has done. It's there.
It hurt to watch because
this was bad Raw.
Nothing. Oh, this was no. This was mid-card Attitude Era is what this was. This was so awful.
I'm glad people kind of found great enjoyment out of that match, but I was so disappointed. I'm like, this is a classic?
And now we get to the heart of why I'm here today. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, in the week that we were off, Adam Cole has sunk so low, I do not give a shit anymore.
Man.
He lost, and by the way, I am going to steal Jim's line because it's factual. He lost to the company mascot, Jesse. Hey, Leroy, guess what? Did you know that Adam Cole, one of the baddest sons of bitches in NXT, the man who was the longest-running NXT champion of all time, the man who led one of the most important groups for the last 5 years, the man who went to hell and back with fucking Kyle motherfucking O'Reilly of Re-Dragon, lost because he couldn't get out of a hug. I'm going to let that sit.
Okay.
Wow. There's sometimes I don't want to.
I fucking dare you to question what I just fucking said.
There's sometimes I don't.
Fucking dare your
ass.
ass.
I don't want to get out of a hug, but that's usually with a very attractive young lady that I like to.
Come on, Jesse. What you got, bitch?
Yeah, go for it.
It was a great.
It was a great. No.
It was a great match. It was a great match. I can't defend the hug. It was a hug.
He didn't even grasp his hands together. It was a literal hug. Orange Cassidy's hands weren't even clasped. It was a literal hug that Adam Cole sold like he was being crushed by fucking King Kong Bundy. Well, rest in peace, Bundy.
It just looks like Cole is nothing.
They did the fucking Kyle O'Reilly Adam Cole spot from NXT, but they did it badly.
Yes,
they went through the stage. And now he's going to get and after this, he's going to get a world. Now, by the way, a world title shot. By the way, we know that Adam Cole was sick for a while.
Yeah.
But by the end of NXT, he looked like he was finally getting some muscle tone back. He has not worked out a day since he got there.
No.
He literally gives no fucks anymore. You went there for love. That's fine.
Right.
But you couldn't have waited until Britt's contract was up? Are you sure you don't want to cut your hair?
Zach, do not take this match away from me with that horrible ending. Don't do it. I'm trying to forgive it. I've been forgiving it now for like 2 weeks, and thank you. I'm really trying my best because I thought the match was phenomenal. Like I loved every moment of it, except that ending.
Then defend it.
I can't. You got me. I can't.
That's
I've been defending this match for 2 weeks, and then when someone brings up the ending, I got nothing.
I saw the ending and I was like, "Wow, that."
Adam Cole, I give him credit.
It's like enjoying a great movie, and then it just drops a wet fart, and you're like, "But the rest of the movie was so good." What?
Jesse, Adam Cole sold a hug like it was Keith Lee from their match at Great American Bash about to fucking spirit bomb him.
He sold the hug like it was Vince McMahon about to make fucking Johnny Laurinaitis cut his hair. Listen, man, Are you sure you don't want to cut your hair, Adam? You sure you don't want to cut your hair? Like, maybe you should just cut your hair. It'll grow back.
That's all a bad haircut is. 2 weeks.
This is what people don't get.
It'll be back in 3.
Let's go back to Walter. Now Gunther. They fixed that. I can't believe they did it. We'll get to that in a second. They fixed that. It's weird.
Yeah.
But okay, here's the deal.
We'll talk about.
Jim Cornette has said one thing, and it's been the most accurate thing I've ever heard Jim say, ever. When you have someone, you have to sell them to Vince by using an example of someone who has already worked, and then you have to let Vince see the truth behind the lie. The lie is Vince, he's the next Roddy Piper. The truth was he's the first Adam Cole. And Vince was going to see it. Vince was clearly already cool with him.
Right.
And you, sir, the things that they were going to take from you, the things that you felt made you feel a connection with your fans, they all you fucking got, you skinny twig. Your hair, the fucking entrance, and you're wearing a fucking leather jacket that would fit Jesse.
It is pretty big.
Yeah,
You went to play with your fucking buddies, And I'm actually mad because this is a go win the world title. Fuck it. I don't care. This is such a fall from grace. You walked in the Ring of Honor at 9 fucking teen. You convinced one of the most fucking critical people in all of professional wrestling that you knew what the fuck you were doing. You were prepared. You took it seriously. You found a way to make it work. Then you made friends with 2 assholes in Rancho Cucamonga fucking Manga. And what the fuck have you been since? You've been a goddamn fucking joke and a shell of what Shawn Michaels fucking shits were.
Yeah, that's true.
Shawn Michaels, hyped up on fucking pain meds, was a better fucking more serious wrestler than your ass is right now. And I will take that to the fucking... I am done with Adam Cole. I'm sorry. I am not trying to fucking jump on Brian Last, the great Brian Last, and Jim's momentum. I actually do not fucking care. You, sir, you don't even have the best version of your own fucking entrance music.
I still love that song.
It's a great song, but it's not the better version.
Well, no.
No, it's not. He's nothing like he was in NXT.
He's nothing when he was in Ring of Honor.
It's just
and
horrible.
He was fucking doing stupid shit. No offense to him, but he was doing stupid shit with Super Dragon.
They were doing dumb shit, but it was entertaining.
Yes, exactly. This is Jesse.
It's okay to do that with entertaining.
Forget the overall match, which I get it. There was a struggle and a grudge match. I get it. But defend what Adam Cole's going to beat Evil Uno to get through the fucking ring that is the fucking Dark Order at this point. And he's going to beat Adam Page because they're realizing that they fucked up Adam Page, and Adam Page is going to go away for a while and be a daddy and whatever. I'm supposed to... Kenny, I get. Kenny Omega being the world champion, we all knew was a foregone conclusion. Right. But Adam Cole should have been in a match for the world title the first 6 weeks he was there. But what was he doing?
Playing with his boys.
Nope. No, he wasn't.
With himself.
Nope. He wasn't even doing that. For the first 6 weeks of Adam Cole, where all the momentum was, and by the way, this is back when we thought that AEW finally stole all the momentum. Nope, what was he doing? He was Kenny's bitch.
Okay, that too.
No. What? Adam Cole, bitchhead.
Oh, wow.
So what are you asking me to defend?
I'm not even asking you to defend anything. I'm just asking, what are we doing? What is the point? This is all over a Twitch channel and a haircut?
If that's what it is, yeah, it's pretty sad.
I will say this about Adam for the last time, is that I don't think he went for his best friends, because if it was about best friends, then no one would have left.
Well, if it was about best friends, he'd be teaming with Chuck E.T. and it'd be a serious tag team.
Yeah, there you go.
But I mean, they're actual real life friends.
I'm aware.
Owens would have left. Mm-hmm. Clearly, Owens might still love the two boys, but he ain't leaving.
No. And that's the part no one's understood. It's not about the fact that WWE is re-signing people. They're re-signing stars.
Mm-hmm.
From Sammy to Owens, basically from Generico to Steen. AJ Styles, who could have gotten probably the biggest contract that Tony Khan's ever written a check for, and would have actually and by the way, he would have put on a banger of a match with fucking Joey Janela. It doesn't even matter. AJ Styles could do
yes,
that.
he would have. Yeah.
And AJ Styles is like, no, I'm just going to keep my ass here.
Well, it's smart.
I'm going to keep my ass here, and I'm going to build up Grayson Waller, who is doing beautiful work. We'll get to him in a bit.
Here's the thing. I think Adam made a decision from his heart, and I'm never going to begrudge him for that. Mm-hmm. But are we ever going to see the best of Adam again? No.
It's dead and gone, and it's in the archives that Vince McMahon will never unlock again.
It's just one of those things I've accepted a long time ago. With that said, I'm okay with him winning the world title. You want to know why? At least it'll feel important again. The world title's in the mid-card. Let me repeat that. That very beautiful AEW World Heavyweight Championship.
I believe the old Mid-South title is what they designed it after.
That and the WCW title,
right,
clearly.
Yeah.
That title is insanely beautiful.
Yep.
it had gravitas and Jericho had it because Jericho's a Hall of Famer.
Yes.
I don't fucking like his personality as a 52-year-old man, but he is a Hall of Famer. Nothing to dispute there. When Mox had it, it was still actually it grew its importance.
I agree.
Because Mox has that kind of gravitas. He's that guy.
Right now, Serpentico could win this title, and it would mean more than Adam.
Oh,
Page
he'll be gone next month, so there's no point in mentioning him.
Who cares? Serpentico would add more to it than fucking Adam Page has.
Yeah.
For real, his contract comes up next month. They're not going to re-sign him. He's gone.
He's already booked for a show.
Right.
I think I forget who's on it. But
Right.
Yeah, no, Serpentico's already booked.
He's going to be gone. So, Kenny having it. The only mistake of Kenny having the title was, one, your former boys, the Young Bucks, being around, and two, the fact that he ran through the men's division. He did in 1 year what it took Triple H to do in 3. He just ran through the division.
Yeah.
He just ran through. Like,
at least Hunter waited for pay-per-views to do it.
Like he just ran through everybody to where it was like, all right, just get this story over with Adam Page.
That was the last time anyone gave a shit that Jungle Boy existed.
Yeah.
So Jack,
which is sad because
Jack loved your dad for years. I think you have a ton of potential to be something. Get out.
I think Jack is an incredible pro wrestler nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he has stepped up in 3 years.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong in saying he might be the best sympathetic heel since Jerry Jarrett?
Mm-hmm.
Sympathetic who?
Jeff Jarrett's dad, Jerry Jarrett. Remember Jerry Jarrett was the only wrestler in the territories allowed to be announced below 200.
Oh, so sympathetic babyface, you meant?
Yeah.
Probably.
I think you're right there.
But
yeah, definitely.
Jack's just likable. People loved his dad. He's a likable kid.
He's also likable by the ladies. Let's put it that way.
He looks good. That looks didn't far too far from Daddy's tree, did they?
No.
And Miss J took notice.
And took a lot more. Anyway.
Yep.
But with that said, you finally do the story with Paige, and Kofi would look at this run and go, yeah, y'all can't say my run was worse than this.
No.
I got Randy Orton for 4 or 5 months. It might have went too long, but that's Randy Orton. That's still a viable champion in the world of pro wrestling. Future Hall of Famer as well.
And technically, arguably, could be in the category for GOAT if you just want to take title reigns.
Also, Dolph Ziggler as a first challenger is a great first challenger because Dolph has been a 2-time world champion. People forget it's not just once; he's been a 2-time world champion.
Dolph also can work with anybody.
Yes.
Yeah, great worker.
While he's become a clown as a comedian, love his work.
Oh yeah.
His stand-ups are actually not bad.
They're really good.
I've caught a lot of them.
Yeah, they're really good.
He's taken it seriously.
What
he really has. Go look him up, Leroy.
What Adam has become as a champion is pathetic. So with Adam Cole taking that title off him, at least it'll feel like something again.
For that one night, and then it's just going to be a bunch of back and forths.
Here's the thing, though. I think Adam will do the right thing as a heel and go, I'm never defending it till pay-per-views.
Which is fair, but I hate to say it, folks. After watching this hug segment, and yes, Jesse, I'm going to fucking bring it up. I understand why Roddy didn't leave. Because Roddy's working with Volter. There's something to that, Jesse.
Roddy's putting out bangers still.
Yeah.
Well, he's kind of looked to see what they were doing over there, and he's like, nah. And what he could do here, yeah, I wouldn't go. With
that said, you are all too hard on Orange Cassidy.
No, I hate to say it, Orange Cassidy has actually somewhat grown on me. I still don't like a lot of the stuff. It still kind of annoys me, but even Darren Corbin.
He does not grab the bottom rope as much. I don't know if someone
the middle. No, the middle rope.
He doesn't grab it as much.
He's new to as much.
He doesn't do it as much.
No. I have noticed that, but here's the deal.
That's
I know
a good
for
thing.
a fact
that must be Cherry Lynn. Hey, looks shit on television.
Yeah.
Stop that.
Yeah. But that's the thing. That's the thing. Darren Corbin will say it's a very certain thing.
It takes some time to try to understand what the hell's going on there.
But the sad part about it is he's in better shape than Cole.
Yes.
He at least...
Yeah, he is.
Even though it's a fake seriousness because that's the gimmick, he's at least he's almost taking this more serious than Cole is.
He's a very jacked 215.
He really is.
He
is all 215 of 215.
Yeah, he does. He looks like he's put together.
Of most bodybuilders who don't average like 6'4", like the 6'2" and below guys, the goal was like 220 of like solid muscle. That's fucking Cassidy all day.
Like he looks great nowadays, but the hug, oh god damn!
Leroy, it was a hug.
He should have just did the beach break.
I will have to relook at that and watch that again.
It's a hug.
If he would have just did the beach break, that would have been great.
And what's even more fucking annoying, Leroy. It wasn't,
which is basically white noise.
Yeah,
exactly.
But Leroy, it wasn't even. The hug wasn't the worst part, and Jesse might be a little confused in what I'm talking about, even though that's what everyone's been saying. Jesse, the way they took the bump, there was no way to protect either guy.
No,
it didn't look good.
They were an inch from their lives, both of them, the way they fell. Cole's neck was going to snap back. Cassidy's was going to snap back as well, but it was going to snap back on a. And the problem is this time they didn't have an airbag to go poof. Jericho's at least smart enough to realize that we need a fucking airbag.
I did see that. I saw no poof.
There was no poof. They got actual fucking balsa wood, cordwood. That's what they got.
At least the poof in that, you can hide the poof underneath that because you can put the tarp over it. So that's not.
It was the Kyle O'Reilly spot from the NXT unsanctioned match.
Okay, yeah.
That's all it was.
By the way, congratulations to Kyle, who's a dad now.
Yep, nope.
Yeah, we're so happy for him.
From this...
That guy's pale.
Right?
Yeah, he is.
Bro, I know you're Jewish, but go hit the sun.
Jesse, what were your thoughts on Cody versus Sammy? Let's get through Beach Break kind of quick here because we got a bunch more to get through here. So.
Loved it. Besides the fact...
that it was just a Shawn Michaels Razor Ramon callback?
Sammy, you better fucking be careful.
Yeah.
Leroy, what was the point of a ladder match?
No, there was no point.
Jesse, I made a New Year's resolution this year. I've never done it. I decided to do it this year.
Okay.
I'm going to say things out loud. And if they make sense, they probably do.
I could be dangerous, but yes.
Slight example. January 6th wouldn't have happened without Trump. It makes perfect sense. You just have to say it out loud. It's not hard. You don't have to waste tax dollars. It's easy. Right. But anyway.
There was no point to the ladder.
Hold on.
I don't think there was.
I just want to point out, my example is not based on anything in real life. It's just some app poll that it is what it is. But anyway, no. So, the TNT champion is supposed to defend his championship at a night where all championships are defended. He misses 1 week of television because he catches a very dangerous pandemic-like disease. Is only off television for fucking 1 week. And we need to crown an interim champion, and we can't just say we'll have this next week to build for a number.
Right.
So we crown the interim champion because they're like, well, UFC's been doing it. That's because guys are actually getting hurt. They're out for like 2-3 months at a time.
Yeah.
They have a pay-per-view per month, you goddamn sons of bitches. But anyway, so we crown the interim champion. So now we have to decide who's the real champion. Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon did it. Let's just put a ladder match in it. Now that was the first time it had ever happened. No one had ever seen it, so it meant something. By the way, folks, the territory days, there was not one recorded ladder match until Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon did what they did.
Yep.
That is fucking fact.
Right.
So we're just going to put 2 belts up there. Do they have 2 belts or 1?
2.
Okay, so we're going to put the 2 belts
Technically,
up there.
he still carries 2 around.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, so we're going to put 2 belts up there.
No point.
And we're going to have these guys fight out in a ladder match, even though it has absolutely nothing to do with their story, because there is no story, because we've literally gone from he's sick, interim champion, to I think Jay Lethal was in there for some goddamn reason. Don't know why. You're wasting one of the greatest.
So you can have another match later.
And now we're just going to have a ladder match, which was more spotty than actual ladder match, but it was not terrible.
I thought it was really good.
But I thought that my only issue with the ladder match was I feel like this was every highlight reel of a ladder match in a match. When Shelton Benjamin ran up the ladder, they were 20 minutes into that shit.
Right.
They immediately went for the ladders. Well, not immediately. There was some wrestling to begin with, but then it just became a spot fest with the ladders. Yeah. See, the problem with AEW is that they bring weapons into the equation, but they set it up and you're like, oh, that's going to be used later. WWE, a lot of times, guys will set things up, and you're like, okay, it's going to be a spot later. But a lot of times, they're setting it up for something else, and that gets interrupted by the face stopping the heel or yada yada, and then it just comes into play later. A la Shelton Benjamin falling through every ladder he's ever fallen through.
Yeah.
Saying that out loud, I still don't get why it was a ladder match. It was a good ladder match, but why was it a ladder match?
It's no point. They could have, if they wanted to do something like that, they could have. And somebody tweeted about it, and I my response to it is it could have been on a pay-per-view.
Forget the pay-per-view. Cody Rhodes could have at least called Sammy's ass out. I don't care if they're in the ring or if they're 60 feet apart in the entrance ramp. Just call them out and say, you know what? We got 2 belts. There's 2 of us. Let's hang these bitches up. He could have said something. No, it was announced as a ladder match before Cody ever spoke the week before.
They could have set this. They could have set this up a couple weeks.
I'm just annoyed
and done it. It would have been way better.
I'm just annoyed because everyone wants to look at me and say, well, what about the wrestling? I'm like, guys, we all grew up and knew it was sports entertainment. Stop acting like we didn't.
Right.
Stop saying it's the greatest thing since sliced bread because you're getting the best matches week in and week out, which, by the way, you're not. But anyway.
No, you're not.
But anyway, Jesse, to the rest of this.
Good match. Wasn't necessary.
By the way, the cutter by Sammy was phenomenally placed.
Yeah, it was a good cutter,
and both guys took that correctly.
Thank God.
Darby wants to die before 30. I'm just being honest.
Yes.
Unfortunately, he is doing that. I really hope not.
He clearly wants to die before.
By the way, they had a show called Beach Break where they had everybody dressed in the Hawaiian shirts they're always dressed in Jacksonville, in Cleveland, Ohio, in the middle of a snowstorm. But anyway,
why not?
Sammy
you could have put that in Minnesota.
Do you think Sammy Guevara, quote unquote, Brian Last brought this up? Do you think Sammy will become their Randy Orton? And I'm serious. Great worker.
If he doesn't Owen Hart himself first.
Sammy takes a lot of... Sammy Hart is...
He takes unnecessary risks.
Sammy Guevara is doing what Mick Foley now knows he shouldn't have done, and he's making the bumps a little too much realistic. Because remember, Ric Flair said from day one, Cactus never had to take those kind of bumps.
No.
He wanted to.
Right.
So
overall, I thought probably the best match of the night, but actually that week wasn't too bad for matches for them. They did a good job.
No, it wasn't terrible.
It didn't even need to happen because Cody should have never fucking beat him in the first place.
I agree.
So we could have avoided all of this if Cody would have just lost. Cody couldn't lose.
You put his ego to bed.
And then they cut the promo afterwards where he decides he's going to do a WWE style promo of I'm going to cry and tell you that the truth that, yes, I am working on a handshake deal. For those who don't know what a handshake deal is, it just means every week I come here to work, I get paid.
Yep.
But I'm not actually on a long-term contract.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't owe me any insurance, anything like that. It's just I get paid for the work I do.
Technically, forget about owing. Technically, nobody has insurance in this company, but no one wants to talk about that.
Did they tell them they were going to get them insurance?
They did.
4 years later.
Do we care about the handshake deal? Not really.
Well, here's the only thing about that.
Oh, and to go ahead and finish your statement because we'll get off AEW with one more thing, but go ahead.
Here's the thing about the whole handshake deal thing that they're kind of leaning into so hard is that the fact that they're unless he shows up somewhere else, it doesn't matter.
No, it don't.
So
jack shit.
I find myself every week when I watch AEW going in, besides last week.
Yeah.
Going in with an open mind, an open heart, and going, all right, boys, give me what you got.
Yeah.
And besides last week, which like I said, 2 hours before the show, I'm like, man, this is going to be shit. I'm looking at this card.
Oh, the card alone screamed bathroom break for 2 hours.
And I'm like,
I could do that.
I'm like, they haven't even announced any more matches. Because my thought was, no way is the fucking MJF CM Punk thing going to go for an hour. I was wrong. It was close to 40 minutes.
It was basically an hour. Go ahead.
And
the culmination.
it's hard to defend.
The culmination of Punk and MJF didn't even crack 1 million. Why? You put it on after fucking Brandy Rhodes. End of conversation. And oh, by the way,
that would turn me off totally.
Hold on. I'm gonna Tom Hanks Woody this thing from Toy Story. As we get off AEW, also Santana and Ortiz, one of the best tag teams in the world, are currently dealing with Chris Jericho. Moving on. And now Jesse will have a reaction like all the toys did and be like, "What? Oh, that's right. That's the thing." Oh, by the way, this week your attendance is required and mandatory. Everyone, that there is an official team meeting of a faction.
Why are they involved with Chris Jericho? I've been right about the Inner Circle since they first showed up. Why are any of these guys involved with Chris Jericho?
Well, Jake's there because Jake's not even there half the time. Jake's just
because he's still in Bellator.
Yeah,
it's now they're telling the story that we've all seen for 3 years. One of the best tag teams in the world have never gotten a fair shake at the tag titles.
They've also wrestled like 6 times on television.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
Dude, they've only lost 3 matches in the last 4 years.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, crazy enough, Ortiz is no longer doing that weird pit bull thing, biting the sock. He's coming out serious. Yeah. He's coming out legit. And by the way, they're one of the few Mexican tag teams in America right now that can work a legit American style. They can.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now, Jesse, it is time now for another top 5. Ooh. Now, after everything I just put you through, I have decided this week you deserve a wonderful palate cleanser.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jesse's top 5 was one of the highest rated segments we've ever had.
Yes.
Jesse enjoyed himself, but it also hurt.
It did.
Because there was a lot of disappointment. But this is a topic that Leroy, do me a favor, timestamp this. From this moment on, timestamp this.
Okay, 2:10:54.
Yeah, before we get into this, Jesse was hot, but not as hot as the Haitian Heat hot sauce. We're going to get that out of the way.
That is true.
It's not out of the way because, Jesse, it is always there. The flavor is. Ladies and gentlemen, Haitian Heat hot sauce from Al Sands. Always just a wonderful choice for any meal that you have.
6 hot sauces, 2 barbecue sauces, both made from natural ingredients. And remember, a pepper, well, it feels naturally hot when you taste it. It actually is a sweet fruit. So when he is using those seeds, you are getting that sweet fruit flavor from these hot sauces.
I mean, every week we put the shit on everything. It's so
That's
good.
so true. And I just saw him and conversed with him at work the other day,
folks,
and gave him congrats because he's got a fight coming up very soon.
Yes, he does.
Ladies and gentlemen, you will not find someone who is an easier conversation than Al Sands. You just won't.
And here's the thing.
He's such an amazing person.
Do not lose your hope because like we talked about before, they make this home base. It's him and it's 20 other workers, and they actually make this themselves.
And Al has said numerous times he refuses to make this into a process.
Correct.
He refuses to turn this into a
just because it will probably lose its essence if that's done that way. So be very patient, but remember, go to Facebook.com/Haitian Heat. That is, once again, Facebook.com/Haitian Heat. Also, he's been putting up very lovely videos with his daughter promoting it right there on the page. So definitely go check that out.
She
is a cutie.
She's
absolutely
a cutie. And here, I'll give you a tease because I talked to him about it too.
Yeah.
After his next boxing match, he wants to come back on the show.
We'd love to have him back.
Oh,
so I said, hey,
fantastic.
Get a hold of me or Zach. Yes.
Yeah, but Jesse, we just talked about a beautiful palate cleanser.
Yes.
And now it is time for me to give you one.
You know what? Let me give you one because, as we talked about him getting ready to have his fight, his fights are very entertaining. And so is Dark Arts Entertainment, everyone. Las Vegas-based promotion. Dark Arts Entertainment presents live pro wrestling monthly at the Super Beach Training Compound located in the Arts District of Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada. A hybrid of pro wrestling with an underground feel.
And not to interrupt, but in a gorgeous facility.
I mean, listen, it is.
It does.
If he didn't confirm that it wasn't $1 million, it looks like $1 million.
Damn straight. Go ahead.
Dark Arts Entertainment shows also include live bands, shy show entertainment, food, beer, and more. And as always, they are 420 friendly, so feel free to bring that weed, get a little high, and enjoy your wrestling show. Come see top talent matchups you won't find in any other promotion in Vegas. And you can also find out more information on darkartsvegas.com or the official mobile app. Now, I've been informed that the app has had some issues recently. Just if it ever has issues, Their app designers will actually respond very quickly.
Yes.
So just mention the issues, and they'll try to get you information as quick as possible. Like we've already said, I plan on going to a couple of those shows. I'm actually, if I get lucky enough, maybe I'll get the chance to speak with Super Beast about it. And yeah, make sure you go to darkartsvegas.com or go to that mobile app. You're in Vegas. Why not go enjoy some excellent pro wrestling?
And also coming to our YouTube page, Jesse is working on a interview with their head trainer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
And
Clayjack.
Yes, and be on the lookout for that. I will confirm what day he's going to do when he kind of gives me that.
Yep.
Because I'm going to plan on going into Dark Arts and how they want the promotion and what future events they want to promote.
And next Saturday, Leroy and I will be in Turtle Lake, Wisconsin. It's only about an hour and a half drive with your beautiful son, whose first show I'm a little jealous. He gets to see Funny Bone.
Well, it's not his first. It's his first MAW show.
Yeah, close enough.
And he does.
What a card.
Oh, yeah. We're going to see Muscle, Jimmy Hart, the Mountie, Jacques Rouge, Regular Harriman Valentine, Bushwhack Loot. We got Lady Frost there.
What a match she's got.
Road Hit Raji.
And, of course, we have the baddest bitch in wrestling, Sierra.
We will have Sierra there. Joey Jet Avalon, the Party Unicorn, Laney Luck, the Russian Crush, Natalia Markov, Funny Bone, of course, we said the World Martinez and ours, Gary
in
Michaels.
Our own backyard, officially announced. We put it on our official Facebook. Rampage Santana will be at Reduced to Ash.
Yes, he will be. That's been confirmed.
He is going to be there. Coda Jake's going to be there. Mitch Paradise is going to be there. The MAW champion, of course, the System is going to be there. Gert Cannon, Greg Murphy, Young Moan, the ex-wrestler. And we'll have to confirm with Eric, but they might have another MAW kind of feel with the BPO. It's we got to talk to Eric to confirm it if he can or anything. But
MAW also ran by Dave, so it's one of the 2 or 3 in the nation Native American
owned
and run companies,
and the only one in the state of Minnesota and Wisconsin,
Jesse
I believe. So
yes,
missing,
but
the one is Sioux City. They kind of call it half and half, but it's definitely more of a.
Jesse will be missing it, but here's the deal: we have so many side projects going on in our lives. Jesse, you double book band practice.
I unfortunately double booked because the band's going to have a lot of shows coming up, so I will not get the chance to see this in person. But a brother will be ordering it, so
it is going to be available.
I hope to not see you two, but I do hope to see
you. Unfortunately, you probably will because sometimes
also
it will be on Fight TV.
Also, don't forget they are on Comcast Channel 15.
Correct.
Channel 15.
And on Fight TV, I believe it looked like the price was like $20.
Yep.
So
yeah, it is only $20 on Fight TV.
Yeah, so if you can't be at the show live, which by the way, make it to an MMA show live whenever they're in town.
Yep.
Make sure you get it on Fight TV. Also, there is another promotion that we will be checking out very soon. That is DPW 2.
Discover Pro Wrestling 2, Reduced to Ash. Will be live from Duluth, Minnesota.
Correct.
Ironworks.
March 27th.
And as Zach has already alluded to, so some of the acts now that have been promoted and confirmed, Rampage Jackson himself. Rampage Santana.
Rampage Santana. I'm sure that gets me.
I know.
A lot.
But he's one of the best young up and coming African American wrestlers. Only been in the game for like a year and a half.
Yep.
And is just an absolute stud. So as Zach also alluded to, there was a little bit of a Facebook interaction between Eric, a friend of ours and owner of DPW, and runners Eli and Derek, I believe, of MAW about doing a MAW tag team title match. And maybe they teased there on Facebook that they would actually love to see the MAW tag team championships defended at DPW 2. We hope to maybe get some confirmation from Eric if we have him on the show next week.
Yep.
Because that would be a lot of fun.
And I might have to scratch the ear of Dave and Eli Saturday and see maybe.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Hey, Jesse, are you ready for that palate cleanser that I've been promising you?
All right, let's do this.
Jesse, it's at 2:18 now.
We're sorry. We put you so far into your mental state. I'm surprised you weren't in a straitjacket when it was all said and done.
I will be at the end.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time again for Jesse's top 5. I don't expect this one to have as many fireworks, but I expect this one to be Jesse's happiest time on the show. Jesse, your top 5 reasons to watch Impact.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen.
Before we get going, would you like us to give you a list, or do you want to just give us your top 5 reasons? It's entirely up to you.
Here's what I will say before
I know one that would be honest.
Well, here's the deal. I've got some things that I would like to throw at you, but if you wanted to list, you go ahead and list 5.
First thing I want to tell people.
Yeah, please do.
If you do not have Access TV, the Impact app, I believe they put the price down. It is only $8 a month, so you can watch basically the already now on the shown show. The replays. Thank you. About 5 hours after they originally air on Access TV, so basically you can catch them Friday morning,
which is about 19 hours faster than Peacock.
right.
Yeah, that's true.
So don't lose hope if you've been. I've had some people go like, "Dude, I do not have access in my cable company to Access TV where I am." So don't lose hope. Go, like I said, go to their YouTube as well, because you can subscribe there for $5.
Yep.
And they will actually, as long as you do the notifications, they will notify you when they upload it to the YouTube as well.
Yep. Which, by the way, they're very consistent about.
Yes, they are. With that said,
would you like a list, or do you just have some stuff you want to say?
Oh, I have a list.
Okay.
But I will tell you what will not be on my top 5, even though they are excellent.
We love honorable mentions here.
Oh, yes.
So the number 1 honorable mention is the women's division. I know that's crazy, but while it is a reason to watch them,
definitely yes.
They have had to be honest, they have had one of the best women's divisions since about 2012.
Easily.
So over a decade now. They were one of the major ones of allowing their women, Jim Cornette being a part of that crew back then before Hogan and them came in and ruined everything.
By the way, Jim Cornette has never said the ladies can't wrestle.
Right.
He just would like to have stars wrestle, which
yes.
Impact's done a great job of building.
Well, and to give Jim his due.
Yeah.
Because while sometimes he says asinine things, his actual work in TNA/NWA at the time was the fact that he built these women into superstars.
And Dutch Mantel
Awesome
booked one of the greatest women's
love
feuds I've
Dutch.
ever
Gail
seen.
Kim and Awesome Kong.
Yep.
And so
that's why Awesome Kong was a Hall of Famer, was because of that feud. And
right.
Not taking anything away from anything else Kong did, but damn that feud.
And the kind of thought rumor behind the change name to Impact is because the women have become such a feature in the company. There was kind of a joke of maybe in 2017, like, hey, maybe we'll get our first ever all women's company in America on television, because maybe Impact will just fire the males and just keep all the women because the damn division's so great.
Well, that's how bad the men booking was for so long.
It was so horrible. So they are not in the top 5 as a whole.
Here's the thing, though, folks. Jesse knows that if he does this, and it's on recording, there's evidence, he's got to have a banger of a top 5.
The other one not in the top 5, this is going to sound crazy, is the current heavyweight champion, Moose.
Ooh.
As great as he's been, and he has been phenomenal. And, of course, as a black man, it makes me proud, very proud, especially to see his growth in the business.
By the way, next week, Jesse, for the first time, we're going to actually give you a preview of your top 5 for next week, because we got to get you this next week. Eric will be here as well hopefully. Next week, it is Black History Month. Jesse, I want your top 5 best black wrestlers in your opinion.
I'm glad you're giving me a week to prepare that.
I have to give you. I can't do that off the top of your head. I can't do it, man.
Is that be current or all time?
All time.
All time.
Okay.
I want Jesse's all time.
That's even more difficult.
I want Jesse's all time.
But Moose is not in the top 5. He would be number 6.
Okay.
Just simply because he just got that title.
Okay.
He just got the title that he should have gotten from Kenny about 6 months ago.
I was going to say.
That is so true. That is so
Moose,
true.
great work. Through no fault of your own, you got a long way to go.
Right. So,
through no fault of your own, sir.
Number 5.
All right.
It will be both tag divisions.
Mm.
Both tag divisions. I think Impact literally, I know people bring up AEW, and it is the one thing sometimes they do very well is tag team wrestling, even when it's booked terribly because of who's in charge. But Impact, to me, has always had the better tag team division, male and female. For those who don't know, Impact were one of the first to actually allow the women to have a tag team division, and it was an absolute success before they tore it down before our very eyes, and now they've rebuilt it again. The deepness, the matches.
Thank you, Dixie Carter.
Right.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot. Thanks to the deepness of the talent pool in both divisions, easily anytime you watch Impact Pro Wrestling, it will be the first thing you notice is, damn, tag team wrestling is still alive and well. That's number 5.
All right.
Okay.
Number 4. My heart. It's the X Division. Now, luckily, I wouldn't usually put this higher, but the X Division, to me, in Impact / TNA / NWA in the past, what Jim Cornette understood is you build your stars through your mid card. You build your star. Him and Heyman actually seem to have always had this understanding. You build the cars, your superstars through the mid card because people will now get to know them, get to love them, see their character development, and then that way, if they do become, the big time stars in your main event scene, people already know who they are. Impact has done it better than anybody for the last 15 years. Moose used to be in the X Division. Tommy Dreamer used to be in the X Division. AJ Styles used to be in the X Division.
Samoa Joe
used to be in the X Division. He's not doing so well right now in WWE, but Bobby Roode used to be in the X Division.
Bobby's pinnacle was when he was the world champion.
Correct.
At that time, I'm not even joking, and it was still TNA at the time.
Right.
He might have been the best world champion in all of wrestling when he had that belt.
I think I once told you he's what Triple H should have been.
I agree.
yeah.
That's how good Bobby was.
Yeah.
Some of the other James Storm, my guy down there. Nick Aldis, formerly known as Magnus, was a monster in the X Division. It was kind of the workhorse division. Earn your keep, show your stripes.
It was really kind of the never open way
of
America for a while.
Right, where you put in the work.
Because here's the deal. The WWE really kept the Cruiserweight division as like a serious weight thing.
Mm-hmm.
They always have. The X Division, while yes, they sometimes used especially the storylines of like Abyss to sort of shit on the smaller guys, they've really been very accepting of having bigger wrestlers in the X Division.
And what it did was
it's where you should have put Okada when he was there.
Right. Instead of making him
the
fucking Green Hornet.
You will never let anyone forget that.
Dixie Carter should never be around pro wrestling again.
I don't think she ever will be.
Thank God.
Well, that's because Daddy's money is no longer clear.
There
you go.
Your Lord, Leroy. So the tag division is number 4. Number 3, Matt Cardona, guys.
Oh, yeah.
So, by the way, for people who don't know, he turned heel on Jordan Grace.
He did.
So he is now a heel in Impact, which has been his best shit on the indies right now is his heel stuff. I cannot wait to see what's going to happen in the future. It feels like 10 years in WWE was basically his NXT.
He said that.
Well,
he did say that.
Somebody in MAW tweeted out, Grand Slam 4, should we get him? And he responded, sounds good, but pencil to paper. And I'm like, we want you there. I definitely had to respond to that.
We have a Twitter. We can make this happen.
I did put it out there that I really wanted to see him there.
There was a way
we
could find a way to influence Dave and Eli to get him there.
The question was put out there.
I think they could go to a small arena and sell it out.
And
if you get Matt Cardona right now,
Cardona, he said he would want to. Pencil to paper, we can do it. And I'm like,
to make that standing room only if Matt Cardona fucking.
Oh God, yes.
Because he's gonna get booed, but he's so good.
Yes,
oh, yeah.
He's so good because he basically plays up the fact that he was in WWE, And so many people want to hate WWE, so he just plays on it, and he does a great job of it.
It'd be fun if we get 5 minutes with him.
Number 2, the heavyweight division overall. The heavyweight.
Hold on. I apologize for interrupting because I've let you go so far.
Yeah.
But I apologize. On our official Facebook, which I'll be posting this list again,
Yes.
all of our top 5s will always go to our Facebook.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to put the heavyweight division. Hold on a sec. I have to spell this out. Minus Kenny Omega. Anyway.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
The good edit there.
Thank you. Oh God, thank you.
Go ahead.
He does not count in my. He's in my shit list for that one.
I know.
But but since he's been gone,
it's been wonderful.
Do you want me to put both tag divisions minus the Good Brothers too? Or
no,
okay, all right.
Because they have been a part of elevating the tag division.
They do a good job there, but not anywhere else.
That's fair.
They've actually done good on New Japan Strong as well. They've been clowns and somewhere else.
So back to the heavyweight division.
Now that Moose is champion, what's been insane about the heavyweight division, most importantly the world title picture, is every one of them is a viable star. And if they were to leave Impact and maybe go back to a WWE or anything like that, those are guys who could be world champion. They've elevated themselves. Morrissey.
The feuds that have happened.
Yeah.
The faction feuds that they have. It's probably the best faction feud in the world right now because, like you've said, faction feuds in New Japan. You've called it one of the lulls of New Japan. They're kind of
sometimes the faction feuds are a bit of a lull because they sometimes they don't even draw on their own history, which is a little frustrating.
Yeah.
But
Honor No More has been a breath of fresh air.
Actually, they're going to be culminated in number 1. But
okay.
But Morrissey, Moose, as I talked about earlier, Mac, my guy, the big black dude that wears the purple trunks and stuff.
Okay, yeah,
that's my guy.
One of the few,
Austin, who's insanely awesome.
One of the few people from Lucha Underground who got really American TV views off of Lucha Underground and actually got him jobs in major places.
Yeah.
I mean, Cage was there too, but Cage got screwed over with bad booking.
But Cage was also already a name before he was down there. So.
Yeah.
But I loved Mac and Lucha Underground. Oh, yeah. I loved
that. His finisher used to be called Weapon X because if anyone remembers that TV show, that wrestling promotion that Seth used to work for MTV, Brian Cage was there.
Yeah.
But, that and his work in Impact was really good. But the heavyweight division, the world title picture is insanely awesome. And it also doesn't overshadow the rest of the show, which is nice. WWE, you can learn a thing or two. Number 1, Scott D'Amore.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I figured that's where you were going.
Yeah.
Scott D'Amore, let's just name the ways. Understood the absolute failure of the whole working with the AEW, the Kenny thing, because the defenders can say what they want, but clearly it was a failure. He got his championship. When they were like, "We'll put your championship on Christian Cage," who, by the way, once again, he's included in that heavyweight division to me, even though he hasn't been back since losing it. To me was huge because I think that was Scott's way of going, at least I can trust that Christian will come down here to fucking do the tapings, be a part of the show, and then do the interwoven shit because Kenny and them failed me. They just wanted to do belt collector shit.
Christian's also again willing to be, willing to do the job.
Willing to do a job.
Not be a jobber, but willing to do the job.
Right. And also correcting that failure, going to Mickey after WWE called him, because he didn't call them.
Nope.
WWE calls him.
Yep.
Goes, listen, when we tried to work together in the past, you fucking burned me. How can I trust you? They worked out a deal. Apparently Vince was actually a part of the calls.
Probably, yeah.
And we got to see an Impact champion at the Rumble.
With the belt.
With the belt.
Not a former Impact champion, current.
With her actual music
Hardcore,
and all of that.
Dude, let me point something out. When she went back to WWE, I love me some Mickey. I really do.
That music is garbage.
No, okay, nothing against that song. I don't.
I've always hated that song.
But here's the I've never hated it, but what I'll say is this. The first thing I said when she came out the first time with Alexa Bliss, I was just like, damn, I miss hardcore country.
Yeah. I love Mika. I absolutely love her.
She's had a music career after WWE.
Right,
She's had a family.
Right.
She's arguably bigger than her husband, who held the 10 pounds of gold.
Right. So,
which, by the way, he would have no problem saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Zero.
So here's the thing. They got that done. And the Rumble worked out so well for both parties that the rumor that I saw, and so far my rumor mills have been kind of correct, is that the two companies are looking forward to working a lot more together
Here's
this
the
year.
thing. Here's the thing. Not to take over the segment, but I think what you're trying to allude to put into context to people, for the first time, Scott D'Amore is the person that they're talking to. They're not talking to Dixie.
No.
They're not talking to Hogan and Bischoff.
This is all Scott.
They're not talking to Anthem.
Right.
They're or even Jeff, because let's be honest, Jeff never understood the business side of things. Jeff was a competitor. That's what Jeff should have done. But my point is this. There's no Vince Russo.
Right.
There's no Jim Cornette, who Jim is kind of volatile, hard to work with.
Russo.
There is no one but Scott.
Right.
And Scott seems to be the only...
Tommy.
No, I understand that. But my point is this. Scott finally has the ability to say, it's me, nobody else.
Right.
And Scott is the only person to ever take over creative in Impact /TNA/NWA to say to himself, it's about the survival of the brand. That's it.
Yeah.
If we have to work with other people, we got to work with other people.
Here's the thing. It's so WWE mended the fences with New Japan, which people thought was never fucking possible for Impact again. But he mended those fences, so they now have a working relationship.
Yeah.
Where you see Jay White on Impact television.
No. You're underselling the fact you saw Jay White, and there ain't nobody realer than the boys that were following him.
Oh, yeah.
You saw G.O.D.
You saw G.O.D.
And by the way, Jesse, they came to and by the way, proof that he is a full-fledged member. They came to help your boy Chris Bay.
Yes, they did. All of them did.
They came to help your boy Chris Bay.
They all did.
And by the way, folks, if everyone's saying, "Oh, they can still turn on him," let me make this clear.
The General lives in Los Angeles now.
Most famous person never go to Clippers game.
Yes.
Marcellus Wiley, I apologize. Anyway, but here's the deal. This is Bullet Club. This is real Bullet Club. These guys are here on someone else's dime and they know it. If they didn't like Chris Bay, if Gato says Chris Bay's not in it, they're laying Chris Bay out.
Right.
They don't do the whole too sweet underneath thing. They don't do the whole... They put Chris Bay over. They don't need to do that. And by the way, they're all at points in their lives and their careers that they kind of run their own shit.
Right.
Jay White I get, because Jay White's still trying to make good with New Japan, even though he is the king.
Right.
But G.O.D. ain't got to do nothing for nobody, because again, there ain't nobody realer.
Right.
But they put Chris Bay over.
Right.
They did that. And Chris Bay, I guarantee you, did not take lightly to the fact that G.O.D. made him realer than everybody else on that night.
But all that work Scott has put in
hell of a match, by the way, that 8-person
match.
Yeah.
But every piece of work that Scott has put in the last 3 to 4 years.
He's gotten burned, but everyone's got to learn lessons.
And listen, I gave him shit.
You did.
For some of those decisions.
Yeah.
But he's gonna learn.
Yep.
And he's growing immensely as a promoter. And Scott D'Amore and their booking is the number one reason why you should be watching Impact. They just do a phenomenal job. Like I said, to me, to be absolutely honest, and this is just me as a fan, in my personal opinion, they put on the best 2-hour pro wrestling show I see every week. They just do in America.
Yeah.
They just do.
So next week, Jesse, I'm sorry, you have 6.5 days.
You can do it.
That is all I'm going to give you. 6.5 days. You got to come up with the top 5. And by the way, I'm gonna point something out. You get 1 honorable mention. If you come up with 6, if you come up if you're stuck between 5 and 6, you only get 1.
All right.
You don't get a top 10.
That's a tough one there, man. I'm
gonna come here with a long ass sheet of paper. You guys don't even know.
Well, it's all right.
Holy shit!
So that list will be up after the show. The timestamp, it starts at 2:18. We're gonna make sure people know.
I have watched. Like I said, I've gone back to the archives to watch the days when you grew up. So like
that's good shit.
Like
then,
I understand my history. So like that's a lot,
folks.
There's a lot of great wrestlers, black wrestlers back then, man. Oh, God.
I believe I've got the name correct. Butch Reed.
I think so.
You go back and watch some Butch Reed matches. They were some good matches. Yes. Butch Reed was also someone that was very well respected in the locker room. It did not matter what his skin color was.
That's going to be a tough list.
All right.
I'm looking forward to it.
If you come in with just the top 5, okay. But if you have more people that you want mentioned, you only get 1.
Well, because here's the thing.
Because, by the way, we could do a whole show on it.
Because people, that
is true.
If I don't consider The Rock, which has been a big point of controversy for me talking to people about The Rock and his career.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be high rated for the wrong reasons.
Yes. All right. Jesse.
All right.
Speaking of your week next week.
Oh, yeah.
Folks, the interview with JDX will happen on Jesse's time. But, Jesse, did you finally watch it?
Yes, I watched Terminus 1. Holy God.
First and foremost, February 24th.
February 24th, number 2.
The card is getting more and more stacked by the day. Go like them on Facebook. They announce things. But, Jesse, I believe there were probably tears.
Number 1, I finally get Daniel Garcia when he's used like this. Oh, my God.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's not just good, Zach. He's terrifyingly good. Like, he's skinny, Chris Benoit, move faster than fucking young Chris Jericho, scary good.
I have a question only because based on how you described it during your clown list, and I'm being serious here. Is this what your boy in the clown mask could have been? Is this what Brandon Cutler could have been?
I don't know about that. I don't know about as good as young Daniel.
Yeah.
But the technical wrestler part is what he should be.
Okay.
Instead of carrying bags and spraying fucking spray and kissing ass and being called Cutler.
Cutlet.
Or whatever stupid joke they might have the next week in AEW. It's funny because I have now not watched Being the Elite now for at least 7 months. Good job, guys. It was actually entertaining at first when the Bucks weren't on it.
And then they got on it, yeah.
And then they're back with Adam Cole, and it wasn't funny. Like, it just wasn't funny to me. They got rid of Dolph's Brothers segment, which those used to be funny because of course he was a stuntman in Hollywood.
Yeah.
But Terminus 1 was Daniel Garcia, Josh Alexander.
Before we get to Josh, we have to once again remind people of the dedication to be at this show in Atlanta, Georgia, from Josh's home.
Yes.
15 hours this man drove in was it a beat-up pickup truck or just a pickup truck?
It was a pickup truck.
It was a pickup truck. This man got in a pickup truck because of a canceled flight and drove 15 hours to make the main event because he was not going to let down Jonathan.
I don't want to take any shine away from what Gable Stevenson might be in the future. But if Vince could get his hands on Josh, just go put the title on him.
Did anyone see?
Just put the title on him.
Did anyone see this when he was in the North?
No. Which is why Ethan went to AEW. Because everyone thought Ethan was the better guy.
Yeah.
And now you realize, oh, God, we were wrong. Oh, my God, we were wrong.
But Jesse, have there been many things that have made you happier to be wrong?
Oh, I was right.
Oh, okay.
I was always a Josh guy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because I'm like, dude, he straps up, he puts the mouth thing in. It's basically everything you thought Kurt Angle might be when they first introduced Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
Except he kind of came out with a goofy personality.
But to be fair, nothing against Josh. Kurt early on had more of a personality than anybody thought.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But Josh, by the way, he's a great promo, by the way. But Josh was such a serious in the amateur background when he started.
Yeah.
That with Ethan cutting the promos in the North, you were like, okay, well, this guy's a serious guy. And while Ethan can wrestle, Ethan's also kind of the mouthpiece.
Yeah.
Which is fine. You need that dynamic in a tag team. But with Ethan gone, you're like, yeah.
And sorry, Brandy. Scott, and by the way, Brandy, Scott ain't letting you take this guy. You can have the other one.
You can forget about that.
You can have Mr. All Ego, but you ain't getting
his dedication, and then the match itself
on probably no sleep and car lag.
I literally got emotional knowing the background story because he still went out there and gave one of the best efforts I've ever seen in my life.
Okay,
one of the best matches I've seen in a while.
For those of you wondering, I actually have caught it myself. Probably not as many times as you, but God, that match was good.
So good. Listen, Jordan. I mean, it's just all Jonathan did was beat me to it. Okay, I would have proposed in 2015 if I was not kicked out of Nashville. Okay, I would have done it. Jordan Grace could beat up any fucking male wrestler in this world. Don't get it twisted. Jordan Grace is a beast of a wrestler.
She could hurt me. I'd be all right with that.
And then she could sit on me. She could fold me like a pretzel. Whatever she wanted to do.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, also, guys, stop sending her dick pics. You're just not as impressive as Jonathan. It's okay. So she had to address that on Twitter because she was like, it's funny how many comments I get from guys and how they can beat up Jonathan and this and that.
Good luck.
And I'm like, yeah, Jonathan was also a former soldier. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
All the best, boys. Good luck.
Get your ass whooped real quick. But yeah, she was so impressed. Like
where were they in Atlanta, by the way? Do you remember the arena?
Oh, so it's that arena is, I believe, it's like a 10-block radius south of where the Falcons play basketball. Because I believe it's on the college
Falcons
campus.
Play football?
Sorry. The Hawks.
The Hawks play, okay.
Same city, different fucking bird.
Yeah, different bird, yes.
Salvation Army Croc, Atlanta.
Right. So I believe it's about it's within the 10-mile radius because I used to live in Decatur, so I've been to Atlanta quite a bit.
Yeah.
But and it's I think it's like a 6,000 seater, so it's not bad.
No, yeah.
About a little bit smaller than like the deck arena we have.
Yeah, okay.
But it's a pretty good sized arena because they let a lot of the high school players and the colleges will go play there. So it's a pretty good nice theater or arena. But listen, man, that match was phenomenal. Oh my goodness, you know who AEW doesn't deserve? They don't deserve Thunder Rosa. They don't deserve Thunder Rosa. And she's gonna stay. She's very loyal. She really does love working there, and I'm happy for her. I really am. This is why I'm mad at Billy. You see, when I bring up why I get mad at Billy in the NWA, it's because I see Nick Aldis and Mickey and Thunder. By the way, I haven't even talked about Sienna. Sienna K.
Yeah.
Like, you have these talents who go out on their own and show you what they could do for you in NWA, and they love working for you. And I know Nick defended it recently. We like the small field where we can just kind of go to a 2,000 seater, sell it out, have a great show. And Nick, I respect that opinion. I do. Because, of course, he came to MAW and was a superstar.
Very last minute he took that match.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
And was awesome with us. And I have nothing but love for him.
Got the card for the second one.
Got to speak to him a little bit on Twitter afterwards in a DM because I just personally thanked him on my own for allowing us to interview him, and he couldn't have been sweeter. But damn it, you deserve to be on a mega stage with 20,000 people watching you be great. Because every time I see Thunder Rosa, whether it was this show, GCW, an AEW show, I'm like, there's nothing this woman can't fucking do.
No. Jim gives her all the praise in the world, and Thunder Rosa is on the smaller end of even female wrestling.
Like,
yeah.
She's a. I bet you. He might do that because he's also one that goes, damn, if I could get into another promotion, I'd sign her for $10 million if I could immediately. That's how good she is.
Oh yeah.
Her match, pristine. She's always great. The whole damn card was phenomenal, and now we got Terminus 2 in like a week and a half.
By the way,
yeah.
Lisa Hall has been announced for the second one. She was unable to make the first one against Jaina Kai.
Wow.
She was unable to make that match due to travel conflicts.
Right.
That's where Diamante stepped in.
Right.
But she has been announced for the second one.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Also, respect to Diamante because she took that last minute.
Yeah. Also, Serena Deeb, Davey Richards, Daniel Garcia, again, the good version of Daniel Garcia.
There is some rumor we're going to get Serena against who I was just talking about, Thunder Rosa. If you've never seen their NWA matches, guys, and they have this match in Terminus, just pay the $25.
Jay Lethal will also be.
Whoa!
Oh, he's back there. Oh, sweet.
As of a day ago.
Okay, awesome. Well, I mean, him and Jonathan are best friends, so it makes sense.
And, And, to be fair, if you're Jay, you get paid by Tony to literally just have a night off. Anyway.
Why not?
He's the only wrestler, and it's got nothing to do with, because I'm always about getting your money.
Yeah.
He's the only one. I don't understand why he signed.
Do you believe he should have been the first inductee into the ROH Hall of Fame, or do you?
I do.
Or do you think it needs to be the Briscoes?
I think.
Here's the deal. You're not wrong.
Right.
Either way.
Right.
Either one would have been great.
But
yes.
I'm kind of with Marcus from the lounge on this. What put ROH on the real wrestling map was when Jay Lethal was the double champ.
Right.
Champ.
Right.
Along with a man who I wish was managing so many people. Martini.
He's so good. It's funny now that ROH has been taking this break and they're talking about their pay-per-view, hopefully in New York.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what he does next because he left his contract, but he hasn't shown up anywhere.
Yeah.
So he's phenomenal.
Folks, Terminus, they're legit.
Yeah.
They are real. They're here to stay. Jonathan Gresham has made it very, very clear. I am not going to just run another promotion like some wrestlers. This is going to be in your face all the damn time. And hats off to them.
It will be interesting to see what he does if these keeps having success, because then he is directly competing with Billy in Georgia,
Atlanta, Georgia.
He is, yeah.
He'll be directly competing. So I mean, and they have a good working relationship, but
yeah. But at some point, Jesse, the cream will rise to the top, as a man once said.
Yes, it will.
I just need Billy to want better.
I know.
Because NWA,
I know.
I wish people knew how important that fucking promotion has been to pro wrestling.
Yeah.
And as you know.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And
the glory years.
And everything that they have going right now. I mean, Tom Lattimore, Nick Aldis, Trevor I mean,
to reinvent yourself the way Murdoch has.
You can't tell me you saw that coming 12 years ago.
Hell no.
With him and Garrison in WWE just being big rednecks. Like,
No.
His dad has to be proud.
I didn't even know he was trained by Harley Race until he got to NWA.
Oh, you didn't know that?
Yeah, and I'm like...
He wrestles like him.
I'm like, what?
Well, yeah, you didn't know that.
No,
I did.
I'm like, what the hell was WWE doing then? That's a different story for a different day.
Now... Jesse, we know that you. Oh, by the way, we'll get this out of the way. Not necessarily get out of the way, but congratulations to Keith Lee and Mia Yim. That's
they got married the other day. It was so lovely.
Looked not only delicious, but it looked limitless.
Yes, it did.
He looked very good, and she looked so beautiful.
Also, reportedly, Keith has been given the right to use his gimmick on the Indies.
Limitless?
Because it was always his.
Yes.
By the way, which kills the rumor that WWE tried to buy it away from him.
Yeah.
Whatever he was talking about with, like, they've made enough money off of me, maybe he'll disclose it one day.
Yeah.
But I'm like, well, it's clearly not the name because they're clearly going to give it back to him.
Yeah. So,
and it is really, and with all of them,
like I said,
Keith Lee and Killer Kross.
Everyone's experiences with every company is always different, but Keith just...
Interesting about Killer Kross, though, he's associated with a wrestling group.
He is.
He's a part of the the what is it? Write Your Narrative or Own Your Narrative,
something like that. Yeah.
With Adam Shearer and all those guys, he's in their photo.
Yep.
Yeah.
But interestingly enough, he said he's not signing to any wrestling companies. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, him and a lot of them are available. There are a lot of the ones that were up for 30 days are coming up right now.
Scarlett is booked.
Yep.
So is Killer. They have a few shows and they have one in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Soon.
Yeah.
I think Scarlett might be going against our girl from DPW. I have to look that up.
Yeah, I'll have to look that up.
Possibly.
We are on the road.
I might have to ask her on Saturday.
Right.
We are on the road to WrestleMania, but before we even get to the main roster, Jesse, I know you haven't been following it as much. You got to kind of catch up.
Just because of life stuff.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. I will begin every one of these segments by saying if you ain't watching, that's on you. But NXT 2.0 is here. And they are here to stay, and I don't think anyone can tell me, because here's the funny part. Recently, the report came out that WWE's displeased with it, yet they also came out with a report that they're happy with Sean's work. So don't read the dirt sheets.
Yeah,
here.
that's true.
But here's the deal. This show, holy crap.
I know.
Jesse's only negative for him is he's going to have to watch Von Wagner, because now he's working with your boy Chase.
Yeah.
But he's got new representation.
That's the only thing I'm looking forward to, because
he's got new representation.
Von Wagner is a terrible promo.
but Jesse,
they did package him differently now, so it's going to be
good. They brought in your boy Robert Stone.
Here's the thing. By the way, why are you trying to mock a New Yorker? Anyway, well, here's the thing. The one thing.
Have you seen the Jets?
Did you really need to bring that up?
I'm gonna fight him after the show.
My money's on you.
Yeah,
it is. As always.
That's fair.
That black belt ain't gonna matter.
No, he's just gonna curl.
Just one elbow to the jaw. It's over.
Yep.
If he's smart, he just goes in the fetal position to be done.
Fucking bringing up my pain. Well, here's my thing about Von. The biggest thing I think they need to change, besides that terrible music, is his ring attire.
Yeah.
He literally just looks like a pair of doo-doo pants, and then he goes and wrestles.
Yeah.
If they change that, I'm good. As long as he also doesn't cut promos now that he has Robert Stone.
Yeah.
I'm good with it.
Well, and actually, credit to them. Once they realized the Kyle thing didn't really do much for him, they pretty much just pulled him off until they got the Robert Stone thing going.
Kyle really did try to do the job.
Give Kyle.
He did.
Kyle all the credit in the world. He tried.
I hate to say it though. Even though NXT 2.0 might have been going away from Kyle, I feel like if Kyle had stayed, he might have had a better deal than he's got in AEW right now. And that's sad because they kept re-dragging together at AEW. But anyway, no, Jesse, your boy Chase is just making everybody's life fun. The women's division is great. Your boy, D'Angelo.
Oh,
he's amazing. And
he's
got friends, Leroy. He's got friends.
He does. He got a lot of friends.
He's got a lot of friends. Also, your girl wrestling in them pajamas. Oh my God, it's so.
Karen
good.
Is the shit, isn't she?
It is so.
I told you.
Yes.
It's so good.
Karen is the shit. I've been trying to tell people Karen Q has been the shit for years.
And she's good right now. And by the way, folks, to all the people out there who are like,
I don't know. You know how talented of a wrestler you have to be
to wrestle in
a onesie?
Like
in a onesie?
Yeah.
Yep. Oh,
and
it's
not a tight onesie.
No,
it's a loose one. Yeah, it'd be hard.
It's funny because I saw highlights of the match.
Yeah.
And I could clearly see the knee pads when she went to knee her.
Yeah.
But I'm like, she's so damn good.
By the way, for those of you out there who are like, why is NXT ignoring the Steiner lineage and the Anoa'i family lineage, folks? let the guys build their own shit for freaking 5 minutes.
It was
Who
Braun's.
the hell cares?
It was Braun's choice. He wanted to do that.
No. Sika. People were having a problem with that. I'm like, okay, first of all, he literally looks like the Usos. Him and Jimmy could be twins over Jimmy and Jay.
That's true.
Wow.
But it's like let them do their thing.
Them genes is stronger than them parents.
Mm-hmm.
Rikishi and the mama just.
Well, all I gotta say is this:
the same damn person.
3 times.
The NXT 2.0. If you don't have a really good Valentine's Day or you're not having anything, February 15th, the day after
baby.
Vengeance. I mean, the Dusty Cup Classic for the men's. It's going.
Which, by the way, the matches have been great.
Oh God, yeah.
They just got to fix the Brooks and Jensen thing. That's getting cringier every week.
I saw a highlight where, I think it was Brooks who approached, India.
Indy Hartwell.
Her
tag
friend.
team partner.
And then Dex. Yeah. And I was like, why the fuck is this on TV? This is bad.
Okay.
It's painful.
Painful. The 2 young guys, the Junta, that are going to go against, in the semifinals, MSK, was Idris Edolf and Malik Blade.
They've been funny.
They've
been fun.
The lovely comment where we're talking about Mandy Rose, and then
Mandy Rose falls
in
his lap, and he's like, dude, let's go. No, I can't move.
I can't move right now. Oh.
He's got Mandy's jacket over his waist.
And you know what?
We get it.
Totally,
sure.
Totally understand.
But
that is going to be.
Rose has done a great job with our Scottish Supernova, who has come over, and don't tell me they've buried her. She's been a banger since she got here. That's been great. Like Jesse said, the women's tag division in NXT still not bad.
Phenomenal.
It's doing great. Dakota Kai continues to just show up once every couple of weeks, but just does so much work in that short time. Raquel Gonzalez and Cora Jade are now officially in the Dusty Cup.
Yep, they have.
Cora Jade, by the way, AEW, you had her. Why is no one mentioning that?
I don't know. They have not officially announced anything for
There's
the
no
women's
bracket
yet.
For that yet, no. But
no brackets.
But the Dusty Cup matches have been good. The grizzled young veterans looked great.
It's gonna be them and the Creed brothers, MSK.
Diamond Mine's been a very interesting but nice breath of fresh air. It'll be interesting to see what happens when Ivy Nile actually gets into the women's division. She's still kind of.
Well, she's had some matches on what's left of 205. Will you change the fucking name of that?
I know you want that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
You don't have the cruiserweight division anymore.
But no. Also, you've got your boy there.
205 Live, because we know you'll watch it at 205 in the morning.
Yeah. You got your boy, Mr. Creepy, Mr. Gacy.
Oh, that's my guy. That is my guy.
When Jesse made the statement the first time we ran through the roster about how am I a bad person for believing what he says? No, that's exactly how you feel.
No, yeah.
And he's so good. And by the way, Jesse, it seems to me, correct me if I'm wrong, it almost looks like he's dropped a good amount of weight in just the debut of NXT 2.0 till now.
He's clearly bulked up.
Yeah.
Well, what's funny about Joe Gacy?
And Harlan has actually looked very good in the way they've brought him up.
The funniest thing to me about Joe Gacy is just it's fucked up because I have a lot of the same views, but when he talks, I'm like, am I a terrible person? Because I agree.
Yeah. And by the way, folks, they did something that you don't see very often anymore. Odyssey Jones was obviously much worse off than they were letting on.
Yeah.
They gave him a reason to be gone. They gave him a reason to come back. Like, Odyssey's going to be fine when he comes back because of the Harlan Gacy thing.
Right.
But also, Harlan, folks, there's a lot more to this kid. I mean, like, he could be good at some point. I mean, it's scary.
They said when he was training, they clearly wanted him to be the next Brock. So I mean,
but anyway,
let me give you a quick.
Day, folks,
hold on, go ahead, Leroy.
I just want a quick rundown of the matches they have listed so far.
That, though,
okay.
We're also got to understand because again, right now, I want you people to watch. Then there's the man himself, Mr. Braun Breaker. The music fits him. The intensity fits him. He walks like a Steiner. He talks like a Steiner. He hopefully will someday do math like a Steiner.
He's kind of hinted towards that, but he hasn't done it yet.
It's just, and by the way, Jesse, he's working with your boy Santos Escobar.
Santos.
And he ran through Legado.
He should.
But
he's the NXT champion. He should.
But then again, you've got Ciampa, who he's so dedicated to those 3 letters. It doesn't matter what the color scheme is. It doesn't matter if there's a number after it. He's just dedicated to making NXT viable. Folks, there's no reason why you shouldn't watch it. Leroy, what's happening after Valentine's Day?
Oh, Valentine's Day. All right. We have the men's Dusty Road Tag Team Classic Finals. And I said I read off those names. I think the February 8th, this Wednesday.
Can I also point out the 2 young black kids that are in tag team against MSK? Jesse?
Yes.
Yeah.
They already have more national shine than Private Party. It's fucking sad.
That and MSK, that is going to be a hell of a match. February 8th, that's going to be the semifinals for that and the finals there.
Yeah.
Steel cage match.
Is this finally the year that Jesse gets to see the grizzled young veterans?
The grizzled young veterans soon to be recognized as your NXT Tag Team Champions.
And here's the deal, Jesse. Everyone's saying that they should just go back to the UK scene.
Why?
They're doing good work.
Right.
They're doing great work.
They're having great matches.
It started rough with the switchover.
Yeah.
But they found their footing.
Oh, yeah.
But we got a steel cage match with the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne and your boy Tony D'Angelo.
That's going to be good.
That's going to be good.
Lock him in a cage, baby.
Why not?
Lock him in a cage.
Hey, Tony, I like you, but you're in for a world of fucking hurt.
All right.
You're going to get locked in a cage with that little monster?
Tony,
Good luck.
Tony, get a cup because the cannolis are in danger.
That's
Dude,
it.
this is the same dude that in ICW over in the UK literally bent fucking Walter's knee in such a way in a submission. We thought he was shooting to break his shit. Pete Dunne is a bad motherfucker.
Oh, he is. I love Pete Dunne. All right, then we got the NXT Tag Team. Toxic Attraction is putting their belt up against Indy Hartwell and Persha.
I actually think they're going to lose those belts finally.
I think so.
Which I agree, but I want to say this. I'm not saying that Mandy can't help these girls, but I did not think they were going to be elevated this much just by being put with Mandy Rose.
Right.
Yeah.
I
love them.
They are legit since they were repackaged. They're legit with Mandy. They have done a fantastic job of really shedding the idea that they were just 2 indie darlings, and they really are putting on well-rounded matches.
JC Jane has really come into her own.
Yes.
She's been the most impressive of the 3 in the group.
Yeah.
Because really, back home in the UK for them, out of the 3, she was probably the least
over.
Well, not just kind of that, but like the least more like matches and stuff. Seasoned.
The green.
Yeah.
The most
so
green.
she's really, really come. Gigi, never had a doubt.
No.
Never had a doubt
She
in the
has
world.
really, like I said, though, she has really been able to become Gigi Dolan versus what she was.
There we go.
She's really taken on that role.
Seeing that woman once play the period thing and fucking put a thing that looked like it had period blood in a dude's mouth.
That was a tampon.
And then fucking super kick him.
Yep.
And pin him.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we all almost threw up. So all I'm saying.
Yep.
And she's more over than her ex-husband who's going to kill himself in 2 years.
Okay.
I just don't get it. Go continue.
All right. So we have
Do you want to go on a soapbox next week? I'll bring the soapbox.
You bring the soapbox.
Okay, folks, next week.
I'll bring on. I'll get on Darby's ass because I just don't understand
folks,
it.
next week, hopefully we have Eric. Whether we do or we don't, both of these men apparently have been waiting because you've been waiting since Jesse's clown rant. You want a soapbox with Tony?
Oh yes, we have to do that.
Which we'll give to you. I will give you not only your top 5, but your next week. These 2 gentlemen are going to have quite the day with some soapbox.
See the bad bears. I can soapbox with him, but then I got other people I got a soapbox with.
We'll
start with Tony. We'll start there.
We'll start with Anthony, okay?
All right.
But next week, yes, we will have a couple of soapboxes, and Jesse will give us his top 5. Jesse has a long week ahead of him of prep. But yes, Leroy, what else we got?
NXT Championship with Carmelo Hayes and Mr. Cameron to the Moon Grimes. That's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one.
Okay. Before you go, Jesse, I don't know how. I don't know why. I don't know what. I don't know how. This is going to be a banger.
It is.
I don't have any idea.
I can tell you why.
Why?
Because Carmelo works a indie/WWE style, and Cameron Grimes Trevor Lee has always been under fucking appreciated. He just has been. Like I said, I watched him at Bola. I watched him in Texas before. He's always been incredible.
Which, by the way, before we move on in this, Jesse, you've mentioned it twice now. Jesse would like to talk to the fans of Pro Wrestling Guerrilla for a second.
When you go to a show, you are there to appreciate the artists, the wrestlers, show a little love to the crew because, without a crew, the show doesn't go on as well. I mean, yes, they can try to set it up themselves, but it takes longer. I think we've all helped with enough shows to see that.
Yep.
But show love to the crew, respect and love the wrestlers. If you don't like a particular wrestler because of things he said on Twitter and you want to boo him during the show, fine.
No one's saying that Lio Rush is a perfect human being. He's a very flawed person. We'll admit that.
Yeah.
But what you are not allowed to do is be a shitty human being and go there and hurl racial slurs, throw bananas in the ring, and things of that nature. If PWG is smart, they have identified you all. You will never be allowed at a PWG show before. Or again, I should say.
Totally
Here's why. Because I've gotten to know, I don't know if any of those guys are there. By the way, they would all be older than you, Leo, right? A lot of that PWG crew before, great guys, not a racist bone in none of their bodies.
Well, I believe Excalibur actually did jump in the ring to make sure that Leo was
right.
So, yeah.
Because he's still a part of working with that company.
Excalibur, well, they got rid of the Dix boys, so.
Which is smart. And here's the thing. Anytime I've been to L.A. to go to one of those shows, which, by the way, they do north of L.A.
Okay.
Welcoming. Seriously, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if they still do it, but they used to have, free little items of food you could eat as you went into the venue to kind of get your appetite wet for whatever the venue was selling that night, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So
it seems like the guys that run PWG, even though it is an indie promotion, they seem to get their shit.
And really, to be fair, have given us what we have in pro wrestling nowadays.
Yeah.
And thank them for that. I hope they've identified everyone. You've all been banned. I actually hope they send the photos to every wrestling promotion. You never need to be allowed in pro wrestling. You're a piece of shit. We don't need you there. Also, because apparently some of that same crowd was saying very sexist things to, I forget her name, young indie darling female wrestler. Don't come back. We don't need you in pro wrestling. Get the fuck out.
There you go.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's the main event of the night is going to be our boy, Braun Breaker, against Santos.
Yeah.
I
Listen,
mean, that
the match is going to be good.
That's going to be
good. They are never going to put that title on Santos.
No.
I'm coming to terms accepting that.
But Jesse, again, another guy
Yeah.
who his legacy's set.
Well, in his home country, he's a legend.
Yeah.
But here's the thing,
does he now in your opinion, does he surpass his father?
Oh.
Or do you want to save that for another day?
You
want to save that for another day?
Right now, that's a no.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Listen, his dad.
Because we are going to get into. Because here's the deal, folks. We are going to start getting into the old school luchadors of the past here in a couple of weeks. Because we gotta. I mean, it's about
his dad was so important to the growth of luchador / Mexican wrestling.
Yeah.
Just like Rey Mysterio is, and Eddie Guerrero and the Guerrero family, Chavo Classic, all of them. Eddie's dad.
When we do that show, or when we do those shows, you're really gonna have to take some of our newer viewers or newer wrestling fans. You're gonna have to explain what Chavo Classic really was, other than just Chavo Jr.'s daddy on SmackDown. You're gonna have to explain what Chavo Classic was.
Because I mean, I don't think people really understand how important Chavo Classic is.
No.
To pro wrestling, especially just pro wrestling in general.
Arguably, the second of Gory's sons to probably Eddie in just pure talent.
Right.
Now, because of what Eddie accomplished on the American side, I think he's the most successful Guerrero brother.
Right.
But
because what Eddie Guerrero did here will always outshine everything. It seemed because people don't know about that scene down there.
But the thing is, Chavo Classic was, oh god, It's grainy video, but if you can find any of his old Mexican matches,
it's so hard to put into words.
Also, some love to our boys Super Beast and Funny Bone, who are tearing it up in the crash.
Yes. Yeah.
Down there.
Man, was shocked when I saw that.
Yeah.
Just because, like, I'm like, to be fair, I haven't seen a lot of, like, him booking himself in matches recently.
Super Beast mostly will be in Puerto Rico and Mexico.
Okay.
Throughout the course of this year.
Because,
not a lot of shows in America.
Because I'm like, man, it doesn't feel like he's working American dates at all anymore.
Not too many right now.
And yeah, he's, of course, for those who don't know, Super Beast is a, I believe, Puerto Rican male? I think he's Puerto Rican.
I want to say he's from actually Norway. At least that's what I thought.
Well, you'd have to ask him.
Yeah, we'll deal with that later. But anyway, no. Yeah. So let's talk about Chavo Classic. But no, back to the match. Santos, however, I think can give Braun a hell of a match.
Oh, this will be the test of how much Braun has grown.
Yeah,
because to put on a good match with Tommaso ain't hard, because Tommaso could carry you through a good match.
He can.
Yes.
We all know Tommaso was calling that. We know.
Oh yeah.
Tommaso could carry you to a good match. But Santos needs you to pull your share.
He does.
So it'll be very
that ladder match still goes down as one of the best matches NXT ever had. If that doesn't make your top 5, you were not watching that match.
Yeah. Oh, definitely on that. Yes.
NXT though had so many classics from the 1.0 era.
I agree. But again, what's interesting to me is people have talked about this. By the way, can't wait for the finals of Dusty Cup. Vince makes me great. What's interesting to me is people talking about 2.0. Yes, it's a little more of what Vince wanted, but you can still appreciate it for what it was. You can also appreciate that NXT had its run. It was successful. And for all of you who are hating on 2.0 and like bring back the old one, it might still be there if you were smart enough to watch it over Dynamite. I'm just saying.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. It's also an edgier product. So, like, I've been telling, because it's the truth.
Yeah.
The thing about 2.0 is they allow them to do a lot more.
They've quote-unquote been threatening to cancel not one, but 2 or 3 of the gimmicks after only a week.
Yeah, like
the Tiffany gimmick was supposedly going to be dropped. They didn't care there. They're still going with it. By the way, your boy or your girl there has Tiffany's dad's credit card. And I don't think there's a limit on that card.
No, I don't think so.
Well, Karen is going spending.
Yeah. Probably.
Sorry, Wendy Chu is going spending.
Probably on softer pillows. But anyway,
I fucking hate Bruce Pritchard. Wendy Chu, that's basically the name of a character from fucking the Disney show.
Yeah,
but it is.
Oh yeah.
But my point is this, Jesse.
The fuck, Wendy Chu.
But Jesse, back to your point. It is a little more.
I did
edgy.
see the Saray thing. I am happy it didn't go the way I thought it would go.
I agree.
Because from the promos, I'm like, boy, this feels real racist. This feels real in the bubble kind of fucking racist.
Yeah.
And so when she came out with the new hair and all that.
But it also seems that Saray, it seems to be to a point where Saray is comfortable enough with it to that when it's time to take the point of what she's doing, the wrestling, seriously, she's at least getting to do that.
And I mean, she's a great wrestler, so she'll adapt.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, Saray at first when I saw that.
But to your
promo,
point, it's an edgier product.
So do you see Mandy Rose come out every week? You would think it's 2012.
Leroy has tunnel vision. He doesn't see anything else.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, the shot is.
Do you blame me? Oh my God!
As they walk out with them long legs, they basically go vag up to face in the shot. Like, it's clear.
Well, yeah.
So, like, that's why I'm like, man, they get away with a lot.
They've also darkened the arena a little bit.
Thank God.
So
I saw blue ropes. When did that start?
I've been noticing they've been kind of quote unquote the ropes have been a little different here and there.
I'm like, wait, what? Are they using SmackDown's ropes from 2007?
Yeah, right.
Well, they could be.
Yeah, but no. Hey, folks. This is what happens when you sit there and you say something is better without actually comparing it to something. We did the research. Jesse came over to our side because we gave you the opportunity to watch both. If you want NXT 2.0 to be successful, or if you want the old NXT back, You need to tell people that. You need to be a active wrestling fan, which we are more than you, even though you're listening to us. Because here's the deal. NXT would still be what it was if it was beating Dynamite. Jesse, yes or no to that comment?
Oh, that's just a fact. They would have never changed it at all.
No. Vince had no choice, Jesse, because he was losing.
Like I said, that's a decision he made. It is what it is at this point. But I will say this. The only thing that can make 2.0 fail is that fucking idiot, that clown, Mr. Attraction. And if I make you mad on the internet, that means I'm doing something correct. I'm an idiot. You know, Steven Larson brought up something before we get out of here today.
Go ahead. Yeah, no, please.
On their podcast, Steven Larson, like I said, I'm sure you guys know them constantly on Twitch, blah, 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 blah. I don't need to promote them. You know who they are.
Yes.
Steve brought up a point where he was like, if Bruce talked about what he does present day on his podcast, I think I would listen more. Because I would love to hear his co-hosts be like, yeah, Bruce, that sounds like a stupid fucking idea. Why are you guys doing that? Because his co-host is actually quite honest with Bruce a lot, telling him how stupid sometimes some of the decisions have been in the past. And I would love that, because I need somebody, because Vince isn't going to do it. He's clearly his friend. I need somebody to get it through Bruce's skull that the way you book is the biggest issue with this company.
Yeah.
The business practices are what they are.
Folks, if it wasn't tied to a wrestling company, because here's the deal, business sites are not posting the WWE stuff, wrestling sites are.
Right.
If it wasn't attached to the wrestling, nobody would know about it.
No. And it's